Sounds about right. All right.
Well,
So,
I have no idea what worked.
don't question it.
Sometimes you just have to build up enough rage, and then Discord's like, okay, that's enough.
If there's one thing that I've learned about computer, like repair and computer technology, it's just that computers are literally black magic. Like, just shit happens, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't.
Wow. Speaking as someone who works with computers every day, I have to largely say that that is not true.
Has anybody else seen
100% true.
Has anybody else watched the IT Crowd, the BBC show?
No.
No, you all must. It's required watching.
Fair enough.
Now you see, on the flip side, I know people in IT who have told me who are the source for this computers are black magic joke meme. Because, like, they will go through,
Oh yeah,
out
we
what's
talk
wrong,
about computer gods all the time.
just like do everything that's right, and then nothing works, and then they go back to normal, and then it suddenly works again, and they're like, well, something fixed it, don't know what.
Back when I was working tech support, I had a magnetic field that would cause computers to just start working as soon as I walked in their direction. And it was really amusing. It's like, no, it was broken just a second ago.
I swear I couldn't get it to work. Well, it's working fine now. Anyway. So when we all last left off, you were staying in Badu's little hut home and bedrolls around his hearth as he kept his torso brain carefully within his torso, and Solandra did some reading into the night before finally trancing and having a crazy fucked up wacko dream, apparently.
Yep.
Go away for a little flashback. And Clementine and Holt wandering off to do something mysterious.
They have some shenanigans. Shenanigans occur.
And Clementine has a broken nose at the end of this.
Yep, they come back looking very tired, very bloody.
Yeah, Badu definitely looks at the two of you and just, like, gets out of bed, puts his brain papoose back on, and just, like, shrugs and inquires, what the hell happened to you two last night?
There's a lot of weird stuff out in the jungle.
You are
And we
tactfully
definitely ran
avoiding
into
answering the
something
question.
weird. We definitely ran into something weird and not each other.
Yes.
I would like a bluff check from both of you at a -5.
Oh, sweet.
We have to work on your rudimentary lying skills.
Crumb's not the only one.
12. Oh wait, at a minus what?
10.
5.
Minus 5.
No, it's actually a -10
At a minus
because
10?
your lie is not just unlikely, but it is quite far-fetched.
And it also sounds really like, oh, obviously I'm saying the thing that I don't want you to believe.
Exactly. Yeah, no, he looks at the both of you and says, all right, fine. Lie to the old man. Sure, just do it. If I care.
Oh no.
It's fine now.
RPG Roller doesn't work with iOS 11.
Oh, that's sad.
No.
Clementine, there's like a water spigot out back, yeah?
There is.
Alright, I'm gonna go clean myself up.
Good idea.
Ooh. Yes, I know you're lying. Wastefully so.
It didn't try very hard.
Holt, as you're out there, there's just a whole bunch of mutant people going about their business. There are also, like, people at their pumps, just, like, rinsing themselves off. I should mention, it's
Wait,
hot
is
in the
this-
Hell Jungle.
Is this nighttime or daytime?
It's daytime.
Okay.
The day has dawned.
I figure the heat doesn't bother Salandra much, but the humidity is not something she's used to at all.
The humidity is murderous. There are lots of things in the village that keep the insect population down. Giant spiders, special types of burnt leaves, ointments and such. But, like, yeah, insects will be a problem out there.
Fuck. At least
Clementine's probably grown about a foot just from her hair expanding in the humidity.
the fucking insects in District 2 have the decency to be the size of pigeons or bigger.
I know what you're trying to say, but I'm not sure that makes it better.
So,
But they never got into your armor. This is
It's
gross.
just bad in a different way. They're both bad.
here's the weather for today. It is 78 degrees right now. It's only going to get hotter. There is a slight breeze. And Holt, when you look up, you're like, oh man, the sun has risen. What a beautiful day. But you look up, cloudy sky. But it's as bright as if the sun is out and alight.
Great. Holt does not do well in the humidity. He does not like it at all.
As Badu comes out to check the weather, and he's like, "Oh no, more luminous clouds. I hope you don't have hope you don't have a problem sleeping in the daylight."
As opposed to what? Or, excuse me, as opposed to what? I need to hold my nose while I speak.
Well, it's gonna be daylight for the next 24 hours, or at least until the clouds pass.
So what time is it really?
Well, right now it's dawn, presumably. There's no real way to be sure, unless you want to fly above the clouds. At which point, Grub pipes up and says, "Whoa, no, hoo-hoo, no, that is no bueno, very against the rules. Nope."
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Who makes the rules here? Isn't this... Aren't we outside of the grasp of the chosen in this place?
Badu pipes up and says, "No, their ships fly through here. Occasionally to trade with outsiders, occasionally to just take what they want."
Fuckers.
There are none of us here in Septemport who can escape their grasp. Not even those furthest from it.
And even if we could, who would be willing to try?
Maniacs, presumably.
Badu, many undead living in the Hell Jungle?
No. I've heard of the undead, but I've never actually seen the dead walk.
At some point, Salandra's probably going to swap out Disrupt Undead for Frigid Ray.
Good call.
Freeze some rocks.
That's ingenious.
Do you mean Ray of Frost?
Ray of Frost, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. There's Frigid something else. Frigid Touch, sorry.
Yeah. Frigid Touch is 46. Ray of Frost is only 1d3, but hey, whatever. You have an infinite number of times per day. You can also use it to chill drinks.
That's what I was thinking. Give everyone some cold rocks.
Yeah, Brother is a very bizarre looking sword. It looks like somebody cut a hole in reality and let it move around.
The yep was for your comment, Renault, actually.
Grub pipes up and he's just like, "All right, everyone, you ready? We got the big operation coming up. Operation Scouting Mission or whatever. Fuck, I'm bad at naming these. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get the ship ready."
You got it.
So we're going to fly out as far as we can and go from there.
Badu goes over to you, Clementine. Would you like some help with that?
Yes, please. I don't have the guts to do it myself.
Ah, I see. Would you? No, it's best that you don't lie down. Perhaps you would like to take a seat.
Yeah, right.
And he takes a hold of your nose and starts feeling around on it. It's obviously quite painful, but not as painful as what comes next, as he just starts gently and yet firmly mashing everything back where it's supposed to go.
Ow!
And then he steps back and takes a look at it and he's like, "Oh, nope, whoops, sorry. One more time."
No.
And then he goes back in for another rousing bout of just murder Clementine's nostrils, and then they're okay.
Clem, I hate to say it, but you make such cute noises when you're in pain.
Fuck you.
Holt looks really guilty. He can't watch.
Clementine gives Holt a death glare for about 1 second, and then smiles at him. Clementine gives you a thumbs up. All right. I wonder if Grub will mind if I sleep in the ship. Clementine and Holt just look fucking exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not. And you may go to the ship anytime that you believe you are prepared.
Sweet. Yes.
Let's do it.
I'm about to say, the name of this little village is Drum Chapel. And although they don't have much to offer in terms of goods and or services, they will gladly trade gold for them. But if there's nothing anyone can think of wanting to purchase, you may all head to the ship.
That's all I can think of.
Anyone need any more healing potions?
I don't think so.
Do they sell healing potions?
They could get
Potion
you
salve?
some healing salves. It's not as good as a potion, but it also doesn't cost as much.
I'll take a salve.
Cool. 5 gold pieces for 1d4 plus 1 worth of healing.
Alright.
And take some move action to apply it to the wound.
Got it. I'm going to give it to Solandra, because, I mean, I haven't forgotten I still owe you a potion.
Well, I have a few to spare, so you should keep something on yourself. And if you need to use it on me, that will be important.
Point taken. Yay, Toby.
Oh God.
Salandra's grown up poor, so she's kind of cheap, except for the fact that she doesn't like being cheap, so she tries not to be.
What the heck is gold for if not spending?
The owner and proprietor of the very small little sort of like healing hut where you purchase the healing salve also presents something that's a little bit stronger. It's called Troll Styptic. It's a powder stored in small packets and applied directly to the wounds, and in doing so, it grants the creature fast healing 2 for 2d4 rounds. It's also extremely painful, and if you fail a fortitude save during the duration, you are sickened. Just because,
take it.
ouch, 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 ouch. All right, the Troll Styptic costs 100 gold pieces as opposed to.
Done. Do they have anything for bug repellent?
They
That's really smart.
do.
Cool. What do they got?
They just have a. Well, they have a torch. It's a type of just a type of grass wrapped around a piece of wood, and held together with sap and pitch. And that will keep the bugs away for 8 hours, or basically as long as you can keep it burning. Alternatively, there are salves that go for like 1 gold piece that'll keep the bugs off you for a day. I mean, they'll fly around you. There's nothing you can do to stop that from happening, but they won't be able to bite you so long as you cover your whole body in this not so delicious goo.
I do not like being covered in goo. I'll take the torch. How much?
The torch is 2 gold pieces.
Alright, 2 of them then.
Oh boy, does anybody want some Black Lotus poison?
What does that do?
1d12 con damage every round for 3 rounds?
Holy
thank
crap. Anything good for universal remedies for poison, disease?
Oh, well, you can obviously get some antitoxins. But the thing about an antitoxin is that you have to take it before you get
Advance.
poisoned.
Yes.
You learned your lesson.
Yep.
They also have
So maybe get
an anti-plague. The antitoxin
antitoxin and anti-plague. One of each for each of us?
sounds good. Each one is 50 gold pieces.
Right.
They're very difficult to make and in very high demand, especially around here.
I'm not going to let Solandra buy that for me. I will definitely at least give her the money to cover the cost of my own.
Just look at the two of them after it happened last time. I think we want to do that again.
Absolutely.
Rivo, what about... If you want to do without... It's not like I imagined that there are many really horrible, flesh-rotting diseases running around here.
Only a few.
Not what I want to hear.
Where is the link to the random mutation generator? Nope, found it. But yes, the alchemist is a mushy, ragged looking woman. Like, her entire body looks like it's made out of hamburger meat, but I mean, she's fine.
Nice.
Although you can see occasionally bits and pieces slough off of her.
As long as they don't go into the potions.
I mean, maybe they do. How do you know?
Don't say that. Don't think that.
Don't. No.
Don't think about it. Anything else?
Nope, I'm good.
Oh, fuck. Jungles. Never thought I was going to have to deal with the jungle.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Anyway. So, you guys get on the ship?
Yes.
You get on the ship, and you head out. Grub looks at all y'all. All right. So what's all your plans for your safe landing? Because I'm not going to be able to land out here.
Actually, one other thing. Does this guy, the guy or girl, alchemist, have any inks and such for me to stock up? I know you said I got a bunch from when I was in Wind City, but I have inked a lot.
I am reasonably certain that you would be running low on ink, and she can provide you with another week's supply of ink for like 5 gold pieces. Ink is cheap out here. There's a lot of weird things you can make it with.
Yep, cool.
Oh, lordy. So you guys head out.
Yes.
Flying through the sky, I can fly twice as high. So Grub starts doing some impromptu calculations. He's got a little map.
So as we take off, we see that Rivo is doing his exercises inside the ship.
Yes. The flying is smooth. It's not impossible.
Still still kind of impressive.
What would cartography be? Oh, that'd be knowledge, geography. Well,
I can help with that.
oh, thank God. Grub presents a map, and he's like, all right, so this is where they were. This is roughly their rate of travel, and this is how many days has passed. Please help me. I mean, I think I got it, but just double check my work, will ya?
Yeah.
What would be the pertinent knowledge in this one?
Knowledge geography.
Geography.
Oh. That's fine. I
Imagine
don't.
if I could live 1 day of my life, 1 second of my life without misplacing my D20.
The simple solution: have more than one D20.
I have my orange one, but it doesn't like me.
Well, that's why I have 8 of everything.
That's a good number.
Except D10s and D6s.
14.
I've got 22 D6s and 16 D10s. What'd you get? 14?
Don't ask me about D10.
You double check his work, and you both come to basically the same conclusion. It's not a great
looks
one.
good to me.
Like, you're not too sure, but you're like, this is our best bet. Assuming that their rate was constant, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, it takes a few hours for him to fly out. And he's like, all right, how much spare time do you want me to give you? If it's big and it's marching this fast, you guys should be able to outrun it. But do you want me to drop you guys down like a few hours before they should reach you? Or a few days before it should reach you? Or how much time do you want to have?
Do we have any idea at all what is coming towards us?
Grub shrugs and just says, it's big. Like,
Do you think it's going to be hostile?
probably.
It's Hell Jungle.
Sometimes you gotta ask stupid questions, Solandra. The only stupid question is the unasked one.
That's exactly right, Holt.
Thank you, Clementine.
I mean, I have no data to support that it is hostile, but I also have no data to support that it isn't hostile. And it's really big, so whether or not it's hostile, it's probably still going to be dangerous.
So when you say big, is it one thing or is it a lot of smaller things?
That's the thing, I don't know. If it were a bunch of smaller things, like all walking at once, that would create the same amount of seismic disturbance as something of greater size walking alone.
Makes
So,
sense.
I don't know. It could be a giant fucking monster. It could be a shit ton of smaller monsters. But they'd have to be
It could
walking...
be an army.
It could be an army. Like, straight up. That'd be the most likely thing if they're marching in, you know, in tandem or whatever.
Oh, fuck. That's a lot worse than a monster.
No, just think of it as a big old monster with a bunch of tentacles. Okay, you know what? When I put it that way, it does sound worse than a monster. Never mind. Disregard that. Don't, yeah.
Too late, Grub. Already thinking about it.
Oh, shit, there it is. It's just there in the air. You can't even hold it.
So
But
after
yeah.
you drop us off,
Yeah.
where are we meeting you again? All the way back in the village?
Yeah, unfortunately, yes.
Okay.
And you should try to hurry and try to outrun whatever it is that you're following. So the less it knows about you, the better. Because if it knows that we're out here and we know that it knows, then it will probably try to hurry.
I mean, I'm pretty
So-
confident that I can transform into something innocuous enough to take a peek at whatever it is and report back to you guys.
That might be a good idea.
Yeah.
I can also turn invisible and fly, so between the two of us, we should be able to get some idea.
I mean, if you guys want to solo this one, you can go ahead and solo this one.
Well, I think we should maybe a few hours ahead of it, and then the less time we spend in the hell hacking our way through the hell jungle, the better.
I agree with that.
So all of us go down, and then maybe Clementine and I scout.
Actually, now that I think about it, if you guys have some sort of way of either communicating with me or letting me know where you are, half of you can like fly around. So I could conceivably fly back tomorrow in this general area, and then I'd be able to pick you guys up. Like if anyone can, like, I don't know, shoot sparks or whatever.
Hell, I can do you one better. I can, it won't be until tomorrow when I have time to actually prepare it, but I can send a bird, actually, to deliver a message.
Holy shit, that would be fucking perfect. Okay. All right. Send the bird to send the message, and then that'll give me a better idea of where you are if it flies back to you. And then I don't know, hit the ship with a bolt of lightning or something. It'll be fine.
One thing is your defenses. You might want to be careful that you don't fry the bird.
Yeah,
Oh.
please don't fry my bird.
No, that shouldn't be a problem. It's too small to set off the tripwires and shit. I'll be careful. It's fine.
I would like to once again raise the point that Rival and I can't fly.
Oh, yeah.
I can.
Can you throw down a rope?
Can you climb?
Yes.
Yeah, then I can definitely throw down a rope. I could also try to make a flying
And
device.
what we could do is we could, so Salandra and I can fly down. You've got your ring. What we could do is you could go down with your ring, and then one of us can fly the ring back up to Rivo, and then Rivo can use it.
Better yet, I can just use the life drop.
Actually, Rivo last week said that he could handle jumping too, but because we had talked about getting off the ship that
I
way.
think it just looks like he could.
Like from a couple 100 feet in the air, that'd be something to see.
That just seems like generally a very bad idea. Very tough on your knees.
What are you talking about?
Okay, what would actually happen if you jumped out of the ship?
Where?
Like,
From a
about
few
this
hundred feet
height.
up.
Yeah.
Reynold, what's my experience with the gear I've been given?
Oh, Eximus Alpha.
I'm typing it to him.
Donga.
Fucking gods, no use at all.
Is this in reference to something, or just a general statement of the day, Solandra?
Well,
That was David in the mode of Salandra.
I suppose if I hit one of the trees, I'll be all right.
I think you'd have to try harder to not hit a tree.
That's actually really true.
What foolishness is why?
Well, there's no place for us to land, so
Are we going to fight something?
maybe, but it's not going to be our first idea.
So, since we haven't really explained to you what we're doing here, is that our good friend Grub here found something huge moving through the hell jungle towards this area, and he convinced us that it was a good idea to find out what was going on. He kind of bribed us with a flying machine too, but yeah.
He shrugs. What can I say? I've got away with words.
You get good bribes.
Even better.
They are good bribes too.
I'm not sure how you talked Holt into it though, because he's like been kind of terrified the whole time. It's sort of funny.
Well, I gave him a lifeline. You know, that was all. But yeah, we're coming up on the few hours ahead site, so this will probably be your best opportunity to get down there.
All right. I'll go first. I'll make sure there isn't anything too awful down there. I can get back the easiest, probably.
Yeah, I'll follow you down.
I just walk out the door.
Sweet. You
I'll
walk out
feather
the door.
fall down.
Woo.
I will.
I'll switch on the flight if I need it.
No,
I
that's
kind of
fine.
like
I'm
the free
gonna
fall.
go down as an eagle.
Holt, do you just go down?
I'm gonna hang back a second and see if either of them come back up with, news.
Sounds good. When you guys get down there, yeah, sure. When you guys get down there, there's like not much to oh shit. Oh, okay. There's not much to see down there. Everybody make a perception check.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay.
19.
17.
What am I at? Oh.
Holy shit. All right. So, Salandra and Clementine, you two get down there, and you're like, no, nothing to report. So this will probably be a good landing spot.
I'm gonna scoot back up to the ship and scoot over to Grub and kind of point my birdie head down at the ground and
Grub-
hop around.
Grub looks at Holt and Rivo and flashes a big thumbs up, and he says, "Looks good. Godspeed and all that shit."
All right. It's time to trust in this ring of featherfall. I jump out the ship.
That's cursed. You drop like a cinder block. No, I'm just kidding. So you fall out the door, and you are floating down at, what
Cursed
is...
ring of increased gravity.
Oh fuck! You're floating down at a gentle pace. It's weird. Like it's like you're falling through water, but it's in the air, and you can feel like the breeze on your face. And the clouds are so bright, so fucking bright.
Clementine kind of spirals down around you, so you don't have to fall by yourself.
Rivo,
Oh,
do
thanks.
you hero drop?
How? I mean, is it like 100 feet or?
It's, I'd say, like 140. You've probably only fallen from something like half this height.
I better hope this doesn't hurt.
Well, you could always take a rope down.
Or literally wait like 10 seconds for Clementine to fly you the ring back up. Or you can try to be a big damn hero and jump out of the ship. It's your prerogative.
He steps out and aims for a tree.
In a stroke of outrageously good luck, so like you bounce on, like you fall down, and you're just like so Holt, you're doing your floating thing, and a giant scarred orc man goes flying past you, and he like lands in a bed of trees, like lands in a pile of branches, and it, like, Rivo, not gonna lie, it kind of hurts, but like if you've ever like taken a tumble off of a ladder and just been like, ah, damn it, I landed on my butt. Like, it does not hurt any more than that. And like you drop down a couple of tree branches, at which point you're sort of like in a controlled fall until you land on your feet, and all told throughout the entire experience you take 7 points of damage. And that's all. That being said, when you get down there, you hear something a little weird. You get down there, and you hear a little, ah! And you look over at Solandra, and she's just sort of, like, looking around, not really doing anything. Clementine is still a bird, and Holt hasn't landed yet. Who made a peep?
Taking my sweet time.
At which point, you start sniffing around.
So I hear a voice
Yes, you
that would
definitely
respond.
you definitely hear someone that was not Solandra when you landed.
Did I land on someone?
You lift up your feet and you look around. You do not appear to have landed on anyone.
So I didn't hear anything with that 22.
No, not quite. But now that you notice, like, Rivo has definitely detected something, and you realize perhaps some of the branches that had been moving may not have simply been the wind. Ooh, good choice. So you start detecting magic, and I'm just going to augment your perception score. You definitely catch a magical form. It's a very, very faint aura in the shape of a person, like hiding in some underbrush.
How close?
Like shockingly close. Like it is insane that you had not noticed it.
Invisible or just stealthy?
Just stealthy. Maybe something else. It might not simply be stealth. There might be something else. Like, there's definitely something else augmenting it, but it's not invisibility. Now that you like look closer at the shape, like you can see like a sort of like green tinged eye looking out from between some leaves. And it doesn't bat an eyelash as your gaze, like as you exchange gazes, its eyelashes don't betray that it's seen you or that you've seen it. You know, it's just like, oh nope, hope it didn't just see me there.
What size does this thing seem to be?
This
Small?
size seems to be people-sized. Meanwhile, Holt makes ground fall.
Yes.
And it was
Clementine lands on
totally
your
fine.
shoulder.
I assume Toby is going to stay on the ship.
Mhm.
Unless you're going to do Operation
Smart.
Goat Drop.
I'm not. I could, but he's like, please don't. I'm like, okay, sorry.
Don't drop me.
I'm holding my hand at ready, and I'll speak in Elvish. You should come out.
It speaks back in a language that you may or may not understand. Can I get a list of everyone's known languages?
I'm easy.
Rivo is also easy.
Meanwhile, Solandra types for 10 minutes.
Oh man, it's weird playing a character who like puts a point. I played a character who put a lot of points in linguistics, but he was illiterate, so he could speak like 11 languages, but he could not read any of them. And just
That's
everyone.
kind of fun.
Yeah, no, it was really weird because like I was also like I was playing like a rogue. I was playing the rogue barbarian ghost-faced killer who just was able to speak 11 different languages. And so whenever someone would talk, they'd just be like, and everyone would look at me, the blithering idiot, and I'd be like, yeah, I know what he's saying. He's a piece of shit. Fuck him up. He's lying. I also was the person with the highest perception and sense motive for reasons. Anyway, so Clementine, you're the only one who's able to understand its response. And like a distinctly feminine voice calls out from the bush and just says, "That's a tongue I haven't heard in a long time." It's not exactly speaking a language that you know, but you are the closest person to understanding what it is saying.
Sorry, what did you say? I couldn't hear it. I was crunching a spree.
You hear something. It sounds like that. Like you're understanding it through like broken linguistics. That's just like that's a type of language I haven't heard in a long time.
Clementine kind of makes an uncertain little caw, but does not change back.
And then it
All right, I'll try.
responds in common. How can I be so certain that your goals are noble? I'm content to stay here if you're content to stay there.
Not sure what you mean by noble.
There's something unkind walking through the wood. And I am not so certain that you are not a part of it.
Something unkind that's a few hours away?
Something unkind that's a few hours away.
Well, then we're interested. We're not related to it, but we know that it's coming and we want to find out more about it. If you can tell us about it, then fuck, we're as noble as you fucking want us to be.
Solandra, make a diplomacy check and a +5 bonus.
Diplomacy is not one of those skills where I remember my bonus. Oh, that's because it's 0. 20.
You know what? That's good. The figure crawls out from underneath the bush and reveals herself, and she is difficult to look at. She's draped in leaves and hides, and she is like painfully beautiful. It's like looking at an MC Escher painting. Like you stared too long and just like, it hurts my brain. She's got a belt containing a dagger and just like no other accoutrements. She looks like kind of like an elf, but her ears are too long, and as I said, like painful to look at. It's like staring at the sun. You kind of have to like glance toward it. I'm averting
Is
my
this
eyes, old lord.
Arcana? Knowledge Arcana?
I think it'd be knowledge nature.
Nature. All right, I've got
I
some of
got
that.
this. I got this.
Yeah.
Just a 16 for me.
Salandra, you recognize that this is some sort of fey creature.
Only 13 for me.
Yeah, all you guys know is that it's some sort of fairy creature. Makes sense. Probably defending the jungle and all that, but you have no idea exactly what she is or what she's capable of. You just know that she is not human. She is not pink skin.
I'm gonna flutter down to the ground and transform back.
Like, she doesn't bat an eye at this. She's not like, ooh, interesting. She's like, yeah, sure. You can do that. We've all been there. You can turn into animals. I can turn into animals. Let's not split hairs.
Cool.
So, what do you know about whatever's coming?
Not much. That's why I'm out here, to see what it is. I imagine you are as well.
Maybe we could help each other.
Hopefully so.
Where have you come here from? Far away or nearby?
Close.
Do you know anything about it yet? Is it a single giant beast, or is it something else?
No, more like angry ants. I know that the jungle doesn't like it. I know that the jungle is extremely upset with their transgressions.
Well, hopefully the jungle can do something about that.
Hopefully we can. She says, like, not too sure, like,
Clementine
If
looks
not-
very interested.
If not, we'll try. But we have to figure it out first. What should we do? I'm Salah, just to give you a...
She gives a little bow and says, "They call me Onyx, for those who require names."
What was it? Can you repeat that?
Onyx.
Oh, Onyx.
It's nice to meet you. I'm Clementine.
Yes, you are.
Holt. And this is Rivo.
Did anybody speak in a language I could understand?
Yes,
Common.
they started
Yeah, we're
speaking
talking.
common.
I just nod.
Everything all right? Clementine calls to Rivo.
He shrugs.
All right.
Well, I should probably go.
Is there any way we can help you track this? Anything that you need from us?
Well,
As nice as it would be to work with all of you, I work better alone. That being
how
said,
about sharing information?
if you can, she points to Clementine. You can send messages, correct?
Yes.
You know my name. You can send me a message. Tell me everything you know, and if it's of particular use, you will be rewarded. Of course, I will do my own work, should you all fail. No offense, just
None taken.
don't
All right.
don't want to take chances, but if you find out more than I find out, and you are able to give me this information, the jungle will reward you.
I don't need a reward, but thank you. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah.
She smiles, turns on her heels, leaps up to a branch, and starts brachiating away.
Ah, fuck. I hope she has nothing to do with that, with whoever's coming, but if she does, we're screwed.
That would be bad. That would be real
That would
bad.
be very bad.
Hello, we're investigating you. Oh, really? Well then.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem like we pissed her off.
No, but you always have to be suspicious with strangers. Not much we can do about it without just killing her for no particular reason.
I like her.
Clementine,
Yeah.
you like everyone.
No, that's not true, Holt.
That's not true. I've met like 4 people I didn't like.
Joking.
Oh,
I've met one thing that I despise.
All right, well, we don't have much time. Clementine, you and I should probably go off ahead if we're going to do this. We need to have enough time for Rivo and Holt to flee if need be.
of course.
Appreciate it.
As we go, I'm going to be looking around for a to look at the wildlife in the hell jungle to try and determine what shape will be most innocuous to use.
Ah. You are able to make a perception roll.
Got it.
Obviously, most of the creatures, like...
Hey, guys, I'm just going to take a 2-minute break. I just wanted, JJ's just heading out. I just wanted to say.
Okay.
That is totally cool.
12?
12. Okay. You see a lot of bugs. Nothing that you can necessarily turn into. Have you acquired the ability to turn into a plant yet?
I do not. That's next level.
Oh, shit! Well, unfortunately, you don't find anything particularly innocuous. You can only hope that whatever you turn into, whatever it is that's looking at you, doesn't know a lot about the wildlife in the area.
Fair.
You don't, like, see any panthers or dinosaurs or shit.
Mhm.
You do, however, spot a gigantic pile of dinosaur shit. Unfortunately, that doesn't give you any insight.
Hmm.
Which reminds me.
Well, I'll keep my eyes peeled as we go. I'm just going to use this opportunity for a bathroom break. BRB.
Huh, apparently with Summon Nature's Ally level 9, you can summon a storm giant. Holy shit. Fucking why? A storm giant is constantly under the effects of freedom of movement? That's fucked up. Meanwhile, Holt and Rivo.
So, you're Holt?
Yes.
You use that? Points to your weapons and shield.
Yes. I have a
I'm back.
bastard sword, a round shield, and a dagger on my belt.
Well, I've been here about a day. I haven't seen anybody train. I was just curious.
If you want to
I'm back.
spar sometime when we're not currently in a jungle that wants to kill us with giant bugs, then yeah, it is a standing offer.
But say, speaking of giant bugs,
I don't want to jinx it.
I mean, it's not like hostile or huge or dangerous, but you spot like a like just like as you mentioned, as long as now that when we're not in a place with giant bugs that want to kill us and fucking a 9-foot tall, 13-foot long stag beetle like rumbles through the bushes and it looks at both of you and just like it doesn't look hungry. Like it's not like, oh look, food. It's just like, oh shit, things. Huh. But like it's bigger than you, so it just sort of automatically assumes that it is like that you guys are not a threat to it. At which point its mandibles and appendages start wrestling with a fallen tree thing and just starts like munching on it. It's really loud.
Stay out of its way.
It's kind of obnoxious.
Maybe it'll scare away other things from the green clearing.
Just want to make sure you guys.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Meanwhile, Salandra and Clementine. So you guys are scouting ahead? What exactly are you scouting for? Or are you just sort of like pathfinding for Halt and Rivo? So that they don't like...
We're probably... I don't want to burn through all my flight for the day. So we'll probably just make our way to where we can kind of hear something's going on. I can turn invisible and fly, and Clementine can take a wild shape. Once we start sort of smelling and or hearing some signs that things are...
Sounds good. So,
do you know the god story about that blasted mirror?
More or less. I know the version they have in the good book. That it was a gift from the trickster god to Kali, or no, not Kali, Kira, Gemma's wife, and she used it to talk to Marduk, and I have no idea what your boss would want with it.
This says nothing about where it was lost.
No. Story talks about communication and doesn't talk about anything after that. Not to my knowledge, anyway. Salandra might know more. She had an old master who was much more learned in the religious arts than...
Connor must believe you're on the right trail.
Better research everywhere else.
No, you wouldn't send me here for nothing.
Now that's something I do believe.
Well, if you never pick those up around me, you'll never have to worry about it.
There are plenty more things for me to be worried about than you.
Yeah.
I think.
He's kind of looking at the beetle. You see the gears working. It's almost like he doesn't know how to be afraid at things.
I was kind of regarding it the same way you would if a big cow walked next to you and started eating plants. Like, you don't want to piss it off because it's big. and has horns, but it's not hurting you, so just keep your distance, I think.
Oh, fuck.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, they start talking amongst themselves like, "You smell something?" Yeah, it does. And they smell around, looking about, and Clementine, they totally spot you.
All right, so those gnolls?
They look like gnolls. They're not like any of the gnolls that you've seen. Like the gnolls that you've seen are generally brown, have more fuzz, and are just like infinitely less feral. Like most
All right,
of
so these are the Pathfinders.
ding ding ding. Most of these guys are outfitted with axes and javelins. Some of them just have their claws. But they all like affix their gaze onto Clementine, and like they look.
How close together are they?
They are pretty like they form a sort of like a ring. Like they're definitely none of them are more than 5 feet apart. But
Oh, so in other words, if one were to throw a fireball at them, it would probably work pretty well.
you wouldn't be able to hit all of them. Like they are in a giant ring, but like no two are more than 5 feet apart. So it's there are 15 of them. So okay, so if the circumference is 15, then what is the radius?
Don't ask me these questions.
7?
7.5.
Okay, so yes, there are 7.5 null lengths in from the center to the outside. So you'd be able to blast like probably 5 or 6 or 7 of these bastards if you like launched a fireball, but you would not be able to hit all of them.
All right, so for the time being, we're going to see if Clementine's going to try to get away from this, presumably.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
once they look at
once
her.
we throw the fireball, that means it's going to escalate things pretty fast.
Yeah, Clementine's gonna start scrambling up like, yikes, I'm a frightened panther. I am afraid. Because she is afraid and hiding.
One of them looks at the other and says, "Krog, go get the kitty for us." And he's like, "All right, go Rook, Yaz, you're on me. It's feeding time."
Oh no.
And they start like running up to the tree. They take out some javelins and they get ready to throw.
All right. How are they all within sight of each other still?
Yeah.
Crap. I'll burn through my visibility as soon as I do anything.
So Clementine, what is your Panther armor class?
That's a great question, and I have it. One moment, give me a second.
I think it's just your armor class, but without your armor. Because unless your armor has the wild...
Not yet. Hang tight.
Encounter may include racist depictions of dog men or insensitive GM. Yes, Rivo, you have encountered gnolls in the arena before.
Hey, big boy.
So Clementine, what's your new kitty armor class?
12.
Okay, all right. So you definitely get hit by 2 javelins.
Hot.
One of them hits you for 10 points of damage, and the other one hits you for 5.
Oh.
All right.
And you don't go down immediately, and like the other 12 of them start laughing, and they're like, "You can't kill a little kitty. You need us to get some mother's milk for you." And the 3 of them like look back, and they look back towards you, and they are furious.
All right.
So
How high in the tree am I?
You are about 20 feet up.
You comfortable up there? Oh fuck! Monster's sitting on my head.
Nice.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to. How fast do I wild shape?
Wild shape is a move action. So if you wild shape and like turn into like a bird or something, you'll be able to take another move action, but you won't be able to take a standard action.
Gotcha. Basically what I want to do is jump out of line of fire, transform to halfling, transform to bird, fly.
I think you can just transform from panther to bird, but that will
Oh, I
be
can-
your
I-
third wild shape of the day.
It will be. But I think I have 4 plus the Druid's Vestment, which gives me an extra wild shape every day.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's pretty slick. And on 9th level, you get venom immunity. Fuck poison. Anyway. Sorry,
Cool. So not Animorph rules. I can go from
Yeah, you can go from creature to other creature.
sick.
That's super cool, actually.
That's awesome. All right, cool. I jump out of the tree and transform into a bird. Fuck
Cool.
these guys.
So you regain a number of hit points equal to your level plus your constitution modifier.
Sweet.
And then they see that and they're like, "Ah, shit, it's a beast, bitch!" And like,
all right, is she able to get away? If not, then
how fast can you fly?
Can I fly? I hope so.
How fast can you fly?
Well, I transformed into an eagle. I'm not sure what my flight speed is on eagle.
I can look that up for you. Apparently, there are 5 pages devoted to eagle. Holy shit! Okay, so an eagle can fly at 80 feet per round with average
I'm out.
maneuverability. So you get flying. You get a whole move action. So they are also gonna move and try to throw javelins at you. Like they have major penalties, but your armor.
is it
class
just the 3 of them, or all?
No, all of them. Like, but the thing is, so like when they charge toward Eagle Clementine, like it's not an unruly mob. Like you would expect, oh, it's just a shit ton of them and they're just gonna run out there. No, they run into a single file line. All 15 of them like in a sort of like miniature phalanx with javelins at the ready. These guys are like they're all battle hardened. These are not a bunch of crazy schlubs. That being said, they are all getting like -6 penalty on all these rolls because you're very far away. But what is your new Eagle armor class? Because you get +1 natural and +1 size.
14.
Cool. Oh, fuck. Sorry, I rolled a d20 and it fucking rolled all the way across my room.
Off it goes.
Nicely done.
Okay, so I'm gonna go through the whole thing. Oh, that was close. Okay, so you only get hit by 5 javelins.
Holy crap!
Only 5!
Only 5. That being said, like they're all out of javelins now.
Oh, good.
How fortunate for me. How fortunate.
That being said,
All right, so is Clementine so badly wounded that she cannot flee?
we'll see.
We'll see
So
how it
you're gonna
goes.
take a number of damage points.
Okay, I'm ready.
I think.
You take a total of 36 points of damage.
Fuck!
Holy crap!
Great.
Is Clementine still alive?
I have two hit points left. I drop to the ground and play dead.
You might not want to do that.
That's not a good. They're out of javelins. Remember? if,
Can I still fly with 2 hit points?
if you could still fly.
Because if you fly up, they can't
Otherwise-
reach
Can
you.
I?
Yeah, you're fine. Like you are extremely bloodied. Like these javelins, like you're so small that like you don't get like one through you at any point. Although one of them did roll a critical threat that did not confirm, and had that confirmed, you would have a javelin in you right now, and I'd be like, you're a little top heavy, buddy. No. So like most of them are like grazing hits, but they're really deep piercing grazing hits. Just like, oh no, my poor eagle body.
Jesus.
And so you are
All right.
definitely able to keep flying. That being said, if you take any more damage, you won't even die. You'll just go unconscious and just like flop down to safety. And by safety, I mean your certain death.
I fly as far as possible.
I'm gonna keep up with the bloodied eagle until we are. Looking back? Can we see any signs of more of these things?
You can't see any signs of more of them, but they are definitely trying to follow you.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna.
Like they all start rushing through the wood, and they're like, "You'll get tired before we do." And like one of them slaps the other.
You said there's a lot of tree cover though, right?
There's definitely a lot of tree cover.
So in that case, we should be able to get
Lose them in the tree
Clementine.
cover.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like if you guys just keep flying, they won't be able to follow you, but they will like keep moving in the same direction that Clementine had been fleeing. They will try to find you, basically, but there's no guarantee that they will succeed.
I'm going to flee in the opposite direction that we came from.
You realize the opposite direction you came
The
from?
opposite, or like the middle direction from between where they were coming from. And...
So you guys take a circuitous path.
Yes.
Okay, I will follow her. She's a bit fast. I can only keep it up for 8 minutes, though.
Okay, 8 minutes is enough time for you guys to make a cunning getaway. But where are you guys going to head? Are you guys gonna head back to Holt and Rivo's location?
Yeah, we have to. Otherwise, they're going to be.
Like, we'll just stay here
Yeah.
and wait for you.
So the first thing, so Solandra and Clementine, you get back, and there is a gigantic stag beetle eating a log. And then Rivo and Holt, you see the bloodiest fucking bird you have ever seen.
All right, and I've probably returned to visibility at this point.
Yes.
So gnolls, they seem like scouts. Probably a big force. Those scouts are probably. I'm not sure if they're still headed in this direction, but they're going to be moving faster now. So, in other words, let's get the fuck out of here.
I'm gonna hold out my arms so Clementine can like land.
Yeah,
and
she
catch her.
balances on your arm.
Clementine, can you return back to your halfling form?
Clementine nods and hops down.
Do you want
turns
to try?
Sorry, what?
I was about to say, do you want to try some of that salve?
How many of the dogmen?
Just 15.
15?
Yeah, that we probably could deal with that pretty readily, but I had the feeling that they were not alone.
Definitely scouts. But really, they had it really together.
They will have scented you.
They'll be able to tell when they get here, but we didn't take a direct path back, and we're moving faster than them. So, but
She's bled the whole way.
Well, we need to stop the bleeding here and just head back to the village very fast. Can you send your animal messenger now, or?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Give me a minute.
Can I do a
Alright.
heal check on Clementine with my healing kit?
You can.
Alright.
Well, she regained her hit points when she took halfling form again, too, right?
Right. You get a number of hit points equal to your Constitution modifier plus your level.
Thank goodness. Heal check 17.
Sweet. You are able to adequately provide first aid.
Good. Now I have a whopping total of 10 hit points.
First aid does not heal much. What's your wisdom modifier, Holt? What's your wisdom modifier?
Wisdom modifier -1.
All right, Clementine, you heal 2 hit points.
Yahoo!
Like literally better than nothing.
Clementine pats hold on the arm. Thank you.
Yeah.
I have an additional potion if you. I would suggest using your spells if you have them.
Yeah, give me a minute. Hold on. Fuck.
How much flying time did I burn, Ronald?
You've got 2 minutes left.
Okay.
And like that is assuming yeah, you guys have got you've got 2 minutes left unless of course yeah, I'll just put it at 2 minutes. I should also mention that I run rounds as 10 seconds instead of 6. It just makes more sense to me.
Okay.
All right, so 6 rounds per minute.
And cure moderate wounds, that's 2d8 plus your level?
2d8 plus your level up to 10.
Up to 10.
So if you're like a 24th level druid and use cure moderate, still only plus 10.
Fair. Alright. Healed 19 hit points. That's more like it.
Here, take one of the. Carry it with you in case you need it.
Thank you.
So that's a potion of cure moderate.
Thank you. Okay.
So we have to move, people, quickly.
Let me get the messenger ready.
So Rivo, do you know any way of killing our scent? We're not going to be going a straight line back to the village.
Hold on.
For
let
a dog
me,
man, you would need a lake, river. Otherwise, they're going to be on us within. Well, we ain't got time to talk. You probably should get your sword out.
Everybody make a perception roll.
Holt does so. Perception.
Don't let any escape.
I believe at this
Fuck
level,
yes.
I do not leave a scent trail.
That's true, actually. Druids, trackless step, level 3. Druid leaves no trail in natural surroundings and cannot be tracked by any means necessary if they don't want to be. What kind of blood is it? Generic blood.
Yeah.
3.
That being
You're
said,
very, very, very sweet-smelling blood that just doesn't.
smells like cupcakes and coffee.
Or in this case, probably more like fungus and plants.
It probably smells like the jungle.
There's a lot of weird fungi out here. A lot of weird fungi. Fucked up.
Well, if they've lost your scent, they'll split up.
Well, if they find where we are now,
How many of them are there?
At least
Just
15
15.
in the scouting party. See, Salandra says just. I don't think that's a good word to be using here.
I'm not particularly hardy. If we play this right, we might be able to
well,
capture one.
we're assuming that they're no tougher than normal gnolls. They seem a lot better trained.
Hmm.
Like, fucking well coordinated. I don't know. It was like
That's
watching
interesting.
soldiers, not watching. I've known plenty of gnolls back in District 2, and they're usually not the most organized people.
It means that they have a leader.
And it's more than that. They have discipline. I've never seen fucking gnolls with discipline before. I'm friends with a few gnolls.
All right, well, fight or run, don't dither.
Speaking of fighting or running, Clementine, Holt, you can definitely hear that familiar yipping on the wind. It's not terribly close, but it's getting closer. It's that scene from Back to the Future. I don't know how they found me, Marty, but they found me.
Maybe set up an ambush. I don't think that all of us can outrun these things. Not all the way back to the village. And if they track us all the way to the village, it's going to be a massacre.
That would be bad.
Yeah.
We don't have much choice.
Clementine starts scooting up the nearest tree to take cover up there and prepare to cast some spells.
All right, so much for running. Ugh.
I have short legs, Ravo.
Oh, I suppose it's as good a spot as any. So, are they probably, if there's a main force, have they moved fast enough that we're probably outside of sight of it? And I'm just wondering if I can toss around battle magic without it being too obvious.
It might attract the rest of the pack, but you're probably not gonna attract like the whole army or whatever.
Uh,
Like you feel pretty you feel pretty certain in your assertion that these are the pathfinders. Like they even spoke about like we found a kitty to hunt. Like they're not just they're out here looking around getting the lay of the land, but they're also probably looking for food. They're also a hunting party. So is anyone else going to try to hide, or are you just going to... Or are Holt and Rivo just going to be at the ready when these bastards come hollering through?
I'm just going to be at the ready.
Sounds good.
Fuck it. I'm not stealthy anyway.
Ambush, more like hambush. They'll get your meat in the meat.
I'm the bait. You guys will spring the trap.
Well, here they come. So you guys are pretty ready. If you like, the 9 of the bastards come like rushing through the jungle. They're each about 10 feet apart. No, we cannot hear you if you are speaking.
No, we can't. Thought you were just being quiet.
Oh no! Let's take a step back.
Take it back to a time before time.
It appears to be
Just
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 you.
you.
Unless you can't hear me.
No, I can hear you.
Oh,
We can hear you. We can hear you, Chris.
You're good now.
You fixed
You
it.
know, Dave has inherited your problems.
Oh no, it's infectious. There's a debuff you can get in Kingdom of Loathing that's called Corroded Weapon, and it's like your weapon has been corroded by a dreadful acid blob. I know what you're thinking. Just change to a different weapon. Nah, this corrosion's so smart it switches weapons if you try.
That's the worst thing.
Yeah, it just decreases your damage by 6, which is like completely insignificant in the face of that game's combat system. But it's just like fuck. And I mean, at the level you're expected to fight those monsters, it would be significant. But if you know what you're doing, it's pointless. But still, the fact that they were like, don't you think about changing your weapon? It jumps between them. Shut up. It's magic. Fuck you. A wizard did it.
Hello? Can you guys
You're
hear
back.
me?
Oh,
You're back.
Ken.
Welcome back.
All right.
All right. So what
Well,
were you
for some
planning?
reason, Discord kept on crashing there for a little while. That was scary.
Nice. A+.
So Salandra, were you gonna hide or were you gonna join the Halt and Rivo pile?
What are Holt and Rivo doing?
They're just
Standing
standing in the
ready.
middle of this little sort of clearing area because like they know that they're probably not going to be able to hide.
Okay. I will. Let's see. Do I have another one? I'm gonna to get undercover. I'm gonna cast Cat's Grace on myself first,
Cool.
and then I am going to mirror image. Oh no, actually, I'm gonna shield next. How close do they seem to be at this point?
You like at 2 rounds of preparation, you're out of time. But you
Okay.
guys do like. You will get the first round of combat. It's not exactly a surprise round because they know where you are, but like you guys can act first in initiative. So everybody roll initiative. But just know that whatever you roll for this round of combat, you will go first.
Did I hear a whimper?
Yeah, that was a 1.
Oh yeah, baby. I
So
can do
you know
simple
you're
math.
kind of in the way, babe.
2 plus 2, so 18, 19. End me.
Damn it.
Clementine, what'd you get? You rolled a 1, so it's like what, a 3?
3.
Woo!
Seriously, Holt is going first?
Hey! Maybe my luck's turned around finally.
Shh, don't say that.
Don't say that.
No,
Don't
I'm
jinx
saying
it.
it.
Oh shit.
So Holt,
Mm.
he looks at you. Whatever you do, when he comes, don't run.
Never.
You'll understand.
Oh, oh. Oh, it's happening. Anyway, so like these guys come rushing out of the jungle. Halt.
How many of them are there?
There are 9. You guys got unlucky. It's not all of them, but only a few of them splintered off the main force. In any event.
So how many are they clustered together at this point?
No, they're still 10 feet apart. It looks like they're trying to surround them.
Trying to surround the 2 of them. So
Yeah.
can I get a clear line of sight on them before they reach Holt and
Absolutely.
Rival?
If you could definitely throw a fireball at like 3 of them, for instance, but like you could also like throw a lightning bolt at like maybe 2. But
At like how many?
You could throw a lightning bolt at 2, or you could throw a fireball at 3. But you can definitely you will definitely have enough time and line of effect to cast a devastating spell. But Holt gets to go first because he rolled the top of initiative. I don't know if there's anything he can do. Sorry, Holt, you're not
There
exactly
is.
renowned for your ranged attacks.
There is something I would like to do.
What are you gonna
which
try to
is
do?
Say my power word and activate the electricity on my.
Yes!
Crack your lungs with blood and thunder. Sweet. So your sword gets electrified. Salandra, what would you like to do?
I want to kind of move so that they're moving to surround us. So I want to stand back to back with Rivo if I can.
Sounds good.
it.
He seems nonplussed. He's used to somebody being there.
Salandra, what's your plan? What's your devastating maneuver?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Okay. Wow, 3 seems like a waste, but given the numbers we're facing, we need to wean them down. So, all right, I'll do a fireball for the 3.
Sounds good.
You want me to roll for damage?
Yes.
Okay.
What's the DC on it?
DC is. Hold on one second. I'll tell you as soon as I make the roll.
No biggie.
Shit. Okay, so that was 29 points of damage. And the DC is, for my 3rd level spells, it would be 17.
Oh shit. Okay. So one of them gets blown the fuck up. Knoll number 8 totally dead. The 2 others that are, like the one who is at the epicenter of the blast, he just gets blown away. Like there's nothing left but charred knoll flesh and like busted burnt hide shirt and like a flaming axe handle. But the other 2 are only singed by the blast. They were able to escape the worst of it, like ducking down or like holding up their shield to just divert the heat. They definitely got hit. They definitely took damage, but it's not as bad as it should have been. Next is Rivo. Is there anything that you would like to do in the round before their attack?
He starts laughing.
Would you like to unleash the Red God now or later?
Oh, he's going to wait a bit.
Okay, all right. You got to work up to it. Clementine, you get a round before. Oh shit! Before the Knolls go.
Nice.
I'm going to summon Nature's Ally 3, summon a wolf.
Sounds good.
Hey, is Toby with us?
No.
No, Toby's behind in the ship. He's being safe.
Okay. You realize that Toby should be a complete badass at this point?
I mean, I've looked
He
at
is
Toby's
badass.
stats, and sadly, he is not a badass. He can take way more punishment than you would expect a goat to take. He's got like 50 hit points or some shit.
Jesus.
And he actually has a mean bite, but like, unfortunately, as a goat, he is limited by his natural characteristics.
Huh.
Toby's a lover, not a fighter.
He also has a lot of neat tricks he can pull. Like, he can literally drag one of you out of a battle. He can pick up and move a lot of things that you would not expect a goat to be able to move, as well as transmit simple messages, like using simply his body language. Go figure.
He's a good boy.
Anyway, so Clementine, you summon a wolf.
Wolverine.
Oh, a Wolverine? Don't those things get the rage ability?
Teehee.
Oh, this is
I
gonna
also have the augment summoning, which,
Hey.
yeah.
Isn't that bonus strength and dex?
Mm-hmm.
Good girl. All right, so
Special attacks, rage. Yep, you're right.
this is gonna be a fucking rage fest. So initiative begins, and the Knolls actually go before Holt does.
Oh, crap.
Sorry.
Nice.
So they what is the Wolverine's armor class?
The Wolverine's armor class 14.
So 3 of them.
Oh,
What was that?
Hey, there's one thing I forgot.
What'd you forget?
I used Cat's Grace, so actually my initiative would have been 2 higher. That makes a difference.
Fair point. That does not bring you over the Knolls, unfortunately. You're 1
Okay.
point shy. But it does bring you over Holt. Womp womp. So 3 of them surround the Wolverine. I've got some bad news for your Wolverine.
Uh-oh.
They also just like all start frothing at the mouth and yipping incoherently all at the same time. It creates a sort of cacophonous symphony of destruction. What is the Wolverine's armor class? What is the Wolverine's armor class?
14.
I've got some bad news about this Wolverine. So, one of them clobbers it for, oh, Jesus Christ. One of them clobbers the Wolverine and only deals 6 points of damage to it. The next hits it for 10, and, like, after it's been, like, bludgeoned and chopped by these axes, the last one, like kneels down, puts its hand around its throat, and does 27 points of damage, decapitating it.
Fuck.
At which point it does not return to its plane of origin.
Clementine gives a little squeak of shock and horror.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, this is happening again. Holt, what is your armor class? Shit.
Okay. It is 22.
Okay, well, I've got some good news. Like, one guy takes a swing at you, and it goes wide. It's no good. The next one hits you, but it's a glancing blow off your shield. He hits it really fucking hard, though, and it really hurts your arm, and you take 5 points of damage. But the last one, like, your guard is high, and he swings low. And he deals 30 points of damage as he just gets under there in all your torso regions. This is a critical hit.
Nice. Love it.
Meanwhile, on the flip side, Rivo, what is your armor class?
16.
In an embarrassing display, all of the ones attacking Rivo utterly fail to hit him at all. One of them swings his axe at you, and you hold Rain up to block it, and his axe head goes flying off the axe. You can see that there's just a bolt holding it in place, and the bolt has come loose, and when the bolt falls out, the head just goes flying, and the other 2 try to attack you, and you just shimmy shake out of the way.
Hey, Ronald, how far away are they from me?
At that point, I would say that they're like 30 or 40 feet away, like not particularly far. I would actually lower it to 25 feet.
So Rivo and Holt are 25 feet away from me?
Yeah.
Okay. Are any of the Knolls going after me?
Nope, none of them even spotted you.
Okay, well, given the situation, I think I may have to do something I didn't really want to do. I'm going to cast a spell. The very first thing I'm going to do is cast Haste.
You go fast.
And if I don't know if the tree that Clementine in is close enough, or if I can include her.
Oh, that's right. Haste goes out 25 feet, doesn't it? It goes out 30 feet from the origin, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, everybody gets hasted.
What was that?
Everybody gets hasted.
Woohoo!
What does that mean for those of us who have never been hasted?
Okay, you get +1 bonus to attack rolls, +1 dodge bonus to armor class and reflex saves. Any condition that makes you lose your dexterity bonus to armor class also makes you lose dodge bonuses. Most important thing, though, is that it gives you an addition. When you're making a full attack, you get one whole extra attack at your full base attack bonus.
Also,
So
I would just a collective moment of silence for breaking all Holt's haste virginity. Haste is a beautiful spell. I'm sorry you haven't been the subject of it before.
Oh. No, this is going to be fun.
Yeah. So and remember that all you fighter types get will have 2 natural attacks anyway. Right now.
Yes,
So-
thank you.
Dave, could you send me that in a message? That was because I rolled a 2 for my save, so
Actually, Rivo can. He reflexively makes saves against all spells, even friendly ones.
I thought that was only when he was raging.
yeah, I just started.
Oh, you start.
This is
Well,
true.
you'd have started after me, I think,
I
because
think I
had
gave
the
him the
initiative.
instantaneous rage ability, unfortunately.
Okay. Oh,
So as you're doing this, you hear, "My kind of bitches, bring it on!"
At which point he starts frothing at the mouth.
Oh,
His
great.
voice is
oh, you did that.
way louder than it should be.
It's super loud.
Oh, sweet
It's
Elijah.
painfully loud. Nikolai, you feel blissful that you are turned away from him. Solandra and Clementine, you are not so fortunate. His voice carries and carries and carries. So Solandra,
So did that
everyone is hasted.
did that work on Rivo, or did it
Yes.
fail?
Rivo failed his save. He got a 3,
Ah.
so he is hasted as well. Meanwhile, things go over to Halt. Halt, what do?
Okay, the one that took a big chunk out of me, I would like to attack it with.
Roll that beautiful to hit footage. This poor man's armor class.
15.
They all have shields, but they're not too concerned about like defending themselves.
Yeah, I didn't think so. So plus 1 from the haste, so 22.
That is definitely a hit.
All right.
Roll that beautiful damage footage.
I'm so excited. So this is a D10 for my sword, plus a D6 for the electric damage. It's for a total of 8 normal damage and 2 electrical damage.
Okay. This poor boy does not look happy. He's not been a good boy. But you get another attack. And then
I do.
you get another attack.
Okay, so the first attack is made with the haste, so I get my whole BAB, right?
Yep. You are correct.
Alright, cool. Let's try this again.
You are correct, sir.
Same boy. With a 17.
That is a hit.
Alright.
Barely a hit. It's not meat to beat, but you're close.
That's more like it. So 8 plus 3 is 11 normal damage and 6 electrical damage.
Oh, Jesus. So this boy dies. You hit him once, and just like he takes a cut across his arm, and he just like he lowers his defenses for a moment and just like laughs at you. He doesn't seem to possess the ability to create coherent phrases. But then you follow it up with a devastating stab that pierces through his torso, and he just like he looks to his 2 friends, and he's just got this sword at him, and he's still laughing as he just sort of like keels over, bleeding out, as his guts start spilling all over the place, and eventually he stops laughing, but that is only because he is dead.
Alright, one more attack. Do I have another one in range?
Yes.
Alright, let's attack this friendo. Unfortunately, I don't think I hit with an 11.
Unfortunately, an 11 is not a hit. He is
That's
able
fine.
to deflect your sword off of his shield. And that is your
Got one.
Yep, that is your action. Rivo, it's your turn.
He wades away from the back of Holt, amongst them. Ooh, so the first one is a 20. This is the haste you do first?
You can do them in whatever order you want.
Okay, so the first one is a 22.
That is definitely a hit.
The second one is in the threat range.
Oh,
That
no.
is a 25.
That's a hit.
Do you want me to confirm it for the last attack?
Yes, please.
Okay. 11. So yeah, that would be a hit. So third attack, 19.
That's a hit.
Okay. So that was. So now I am 2d4 plus 16. Oh, and I didn't even add the plus ones for the haste. So 4, 6, 22 for the first hit.
Okay, so that guy gets incredibly messed up, but not quite dead.
6. Okay, 44.
Oh my god. Please describe the manner in which this gnoll dies.
Oh, he's basically taken right below his nipples, and the falchion catches just a little bit on his spine. So the bottom and the upper parts of his body kind of twists, and he tries to laugh. All that comes out is a gut of blood from his mouth. As he falls, the falchion enters the knoll next to him. And I will use my cleaving finish on the next opponent.
Oh, fuck.
Yes.
9 plus 13 is a 22, which hits the one next to it.
That is definitely hits the one next to it.
So 3, 4, 5. So 21 to him. And
Remember, some of these guys have been scorched too.
Yeah.
Right.
And then my last attack. 2, 6, 22.
That's a hit. Fuck. You cannot roll low enough, so you definitely kill another one of them. So you hit.
I can't cleaving finish again because I can only do that once per.
That's okay. So
As my move part of my round this time, it won't. I imagine it won't work because these guys are absolutely batshit crazy.
Yeah.
But he's definitely going to just laugh, intimidating glare at the closest one. He's actually gonna move his face right into the Noel's personal space.
You're piercing his personal bubble. Bad manners.
You're gonna offend a dog. Eye-to-eye contact. So, I mean, do you want me to even bother to roll?
Unfortunately, not. You're correct.
It sounds
not
like they're
susceptible.
immune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That being said, like you do see Rivo cast a glare at this thing that would shake a lesser creature, but these creatures don't. Their fear is just something they don't register right now.
Spittle's flying out of my face in his face. I'm getting dog spittle back.
Is Rivo just doing power attacks? Nothing else?
Yeah.
Those were just regular attacks.
Oh yeah. Oh, shit.
Yep.
So yeah, so like you chop one, chop halfway through the other, hit the last one on the end, and then like come back around and hit the first guy, and just two of them are dead. One of them is incredibly injured. Clementine, it's your turn. There are
Wonderful.
to report. There are two more gnolls who had just violently murdered a wolverine. There's one more gnoll who's attacking Rivo, who just took a hit from Rain and is like looking around like, is this real life? Is this happening? And there are two more who are attacking Holt, and they seem pretty hale and hearty.
Okay. Then I'm going to summon Aggressive Thundercloud Greater.
Oh my. What the hell is that?
It's the same thing as Aggressive Thundercloud, but instead of points of electricity damage, it does 6.
Ow! Okay, so calculating flies in whichever direction you deal with, which is flight speed of 20. Feet with perfect maneuverability. If it enters space, the creature stops moving. It is a 5-foot diameter sphere. Okay. So, what poor bastard takes 66 points of electricity damage?
The one that decapitated the Wolverine.
Got it. Roll that beautiful 66 points of electricity damage. He will try to evade the storm.
I have to roll things twice because I don't have enough dice. 23.
He is a goddamn professional. The only logic that you can rationalize is that he has dealt with this thing before. As the cloud gets close to him, he uses his heavy wooden shield in order to sort of like waft it away. The shield gets absolutely mangled by electricity, but he is unharmed.
Bastard.
Meanwhile, back to the top of initiative. So 2 gnolls attack Holt.
Oh, yeah, saving throw negates. That sucks.
Wop, wop.
AC's 23 with the haste bonus.
So only one of them hits you.
Okay.
He hits you for 11 points of damage. The other one just like can't overcome your defenses. One of them is still alive to attack Rivo, and he ain't gonna stop. And Rivo, your armor class is a 16, right?
17 right now.
17. He manages to hit you for 9 points of damage. You don't care. The other two are gonna weigh their options. So, one of the other two charges Rivo and does not confirm a critical threat, but does hit him for 10 points of damage. And the last one is going to go after Holt and only manages to hit him because he is getting the +2 bonus from charging.
Okay.
For 11 points of damage.
All right.
So Holt has 3 relatively undamaged.
Yeah, 2 completely unharmed and 1 pretty harmed, and Rivo has 2 remaining on him.
I have a question. So their charge in doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity?
No, it does not. Charges specifically
Okay.
don't, unless you have reach. If you had a bigger sword, it would, and they would feel really silly. Wait a minute. No, you don't have those boots. Sorry, I gave those boots to somebody else. There's a pair of boots that makes it so you're always ready against a charge, and it means you automatically get an attack against someone who charges you, and it's the silliest fucking thing in the entire game. They're cheap, they're
but
inexpensive.
I have
they don't-
Talk about
Belt of-
situational.
I have a belt of readiness, so long as you wear
shit.
this belt, you are always ready against a charge.
Never mind, you get an attack of opportunity against this gnoll. Like it doesn't stop the creature from hitting you,
Jesus.
but it does allow you to get some payback.
Oh, Jesus. This threat range is just too crazy. I just rolled. So,
It
And,
is the point of the
13.
weapon. Unfortunately, the
false
weapon
ones.
has some downsides.
it's pretty. 2, 3. 36 points.
This poor Noel is incredibly dead. Like he comes in and gives you one mighty chop, and you impale him with your falchion, and he's got this look on his face that just breaks through the facade of cheerful nihilistic glee that says, "I've made a terrible mistake and I see problems in my future," as he keels over and dies. Because I don't know if you've ever been
Thanks to the
impaled by a
belt.
falchion, but like there's a lot of sword there. You're welcome. Meanwhile, it goes over to Salandra.
All right, so are there any more coming, or just the ones that we have in front of us?
Make a perception check. Did I cut out there? I suggested that you make a perception check.
Okay. 20.
20.
Nice.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to roll this one out. No, there are no more of them coming.
Okay. In that case, I will activate flight and make a bladed dash towards the ones attacking Holt.
Will you be attacking the injured one or the two hale and hardy ones?
I'll position myself so I'm able to attack the injured one first and then move on to the others.
Sounds good.
Okay, so I don't provoke an attack of opportunity.
Nope.
I'm at -2 because I'm doing spell combat to do the bladed dash first. Bladed dash is my first attack. Then I'll have four basic attacks here.
Nice.
Oh, baby Moses.
Okay, so the first one is within my threat range.
Oh, jeez.
And do I confirm on a 20?
Yes.
I forgot. That's a 22 because of my cat's grace.
Weapon finesse. You fucking dex monkey.
Yep, weapon finesse and dervish dance. Okay, so that was a confirm.
That is definitely a confirmation. You were going to
All
critical
right.
hit this thing.
And all right, let's see. I've got
Brother was getting a
Plus-
little jealous of all the chopping Rivo was doing. Now he feels appropriate retribution.
damage is currently +8, so 28 points of damage on the first one.
He's so dead. That would have killed him if he had been totally unhurt.
Okay, so that was my bladed dash, and my first normal attack.
Like you move faster than the speed of an eye, and your blade is out, and it catches him at the side, and he frantically attempts to keep his entrails from falling out, but fails miserably as he collapses to the ground.
Okay. Second. All right, that's a 16. I'm not sure if that's going to hit.
That is a hit. That is the magic number. Meet to beat.
Oh, okay. Thank God for the cat's grace.
Thank God they're reaching.
And that's 10 points of damage.
Ouch.
Oh, sorry. No, 12 points of damage. Keep on forgetting a cat's grace.
Yep. Keep going.
What was that?
I was just saying keep going. Don't stop.
Okay, and he's still up, I presume.
Yes, he is not been down.
Okay, and the next one does 13 points of damage.
He is still not deceased.
All right, and I have one more attack. Is there another knoll within reach?
There is another knoll within reach.
This one is at my... Had my bladed dash killed. 2 more attacks. All right, and so this one's at my lower score. But actually, I got within crit range. So let's see if I confirm. I presume I'm confirming on a 21, right?
You are absolutely correct.
Is this the last knoll on Holt?
Yes, this is the last remaining knoll. That is on Holt. Oh, there's one more. I mean, yeah.
Like there's one. How many are left in?
There are 2 total, because I am assuming this one is going to die.
Okay.
The last one got a 28.
Barely dead, but still dead. So yeah, no, Halt, finish this. Finish this masquerade.
Okay.
Well, I mean, like Halt can attack one, and then Rivo, you also have one to attack.
Oh, so there are ones left. I thought that was it.
Nope. There's still one more attacking Halt. There's still one more attacking Rivo, but it is Halt's turn.
Okay. I assume Rivo has it covered. I'm going to say to the
Rivo,
rest of them,
you've killed like 3 of them?
3, yeah,
Yeah.
I think. But I'd like to say that we should take this one alive. At least for now. Like, save one of them. So I would like to go up to the knoll that's closest to me and shield bash it.
Oh shit! Hit that beautiful shield bash footage.
With a 17. Yes, no, maybe.
What about a 17?
17 to hit with a shield bash?
That hits.
I'm just waiting for confirmation.
Oh yes, I said it as a 17 hit.
Okay.
Sorry.
Alright, awesome. So let me just scroll down, double check what my shield is. 1d6 plus my strength bonus. I hit him for 5 damage.
You knock him unconscious. You knock him the fuck out. You smack him with your shield, and he's just like,
Oh, fuck. I will send this. Oh yeah. Okay.
"Whew, that was close." I accidentally pushed the minus symbol and stopped the recording again because I'm a total dingus.
No!
It's okay. I started it back up.
How much did you lose?
Nothing. I lost mere seconds, and also I have new video splicing footage, so I won't have to splice it. It's gonna be cool.
Yay!
Anyway, I can't splice clip. I used to not be able to splice clips that were this long, but now it's not a problem. In any event, so Halt, Rivo looks at you, and what did you say, Halt? What did you say to him?
You hear
I'm taking this one alive.
Oh no, but
there's
something else is
a
happening.
commotion and a blur. Rivo drops his sword, grabs the knoll in front of him, and throws him at Holt. And you just see blood and spittle. Can you kill at least one human? And he just totally locks eyes with Holt. Unfortunately, I rolled a 30 on my intimidation.
Well, that
I guess
means
I'm intimidated then, aren't I?
Halt, you have been called the fuck out. I want you to hit this knoll as hard as you can.
You fucking got it, bud.
That being said, Rivo, you do take
Ooh, yeah.
7 points of damage as this thing makes a retaliatory blow as you make this
Yep.
throw.
18 plus 7, so, you know,
That
25.
is absolutely a hit.
Unfortunately, my crit thread is 19. I can still roll sweet damage footage. 8 plus 6, 14 normal damage and 4 electrical damage.
Oh god, this thing is so dead. Would you like to describe the nature in which this creature dies?
Yeah, this thing comes at me and I try to angle myself so that the momentum throwing this thing just drives it onto my sword.
Sounds good. Set and spike.
Caught him.
Classic.
Yep.
At which point, like, most of these guys are like sputtering on the ground and dying, like not totally dead. Some of them are absolutely dead. And the unconscious one is like he's not totally unconscious yet, like he can't fight. He's just sort of like crawling around. Like he dropped his axe and he's like crawling around, like trying to find it. And he's muttering something in gutter speak. It's sort of pointless. It's just sort of like this helpless. Where's my axe? He's just sort of muttering to himself as he starts like also muttering some names. He's like, Kurg, Tox, Ozan, get him on the left. You gotta take down the big one. Oh Christ, Emperor, forgive me.
I'd like to catch up to him and kick him onto his back.
Oh God, be careful.
Oh, he started moving? I didn't catch that.
Oh yeah, no,
started to crawl
he's
away.
sort of crawling around. Like he there is no way that he will be able to escape. He is way too fucked up. Meanwhile,
All right,
Ivo starts cannibalizing.
I'm scanning because how many
no.
how many Knoll corpses are there?
There are 8 Null corpses, and then there is one who Holt has captured.
All right, I'm scanning. There should be a half dozen others.
At which point you catch like one of them. So you make a perception roll.
Okay. That's a 23.
So one of them pops up out from behind some bushes, flashes you a mystic gesture, and screeches, "This ain't over!" as it runs away.
All right.
Can I send my thundercloud after it?
You may.
I'm
Oh, the
fly-
thundercloud
I'm
is
fly-
too slow.
I'm
Fair.
flying and hasted.
You're pretty fast.
What was that?
You're pretty fast.
90 feet.
Oh my God! You catch it. You catch it. What do you do to it?
I am going to. It's fleeing, so I'm gonna slice. It probably doesn't expect him to catch up so quickly. I'm gonna slice into his back, and I'm doing spell combat and spell strike this round. So I'll have first attack is a. I'm at plus.
Could you give me a fly skill roll first?
Okay, sure. Should I just use the first roll I made?
Whichever you
My
prefer.
flight? Okay, all right. The first roll I made gives me a 20 on fly.
Yeah, no. You are able to nimbly bimbly float and flop and
Oh, make that 22 because it's a dex-based skill.
oh yeah. You're able to nimbly bimbly fly through these tree branches without eating a branch to the face.
Okay, and all right, hit. Oh. Okay, I am at. So it's 13-8, so 15-10. Okay. 13-8 again, actually, because it's spell combat. Oh, and I forgot haste. So 14-9. All right, first one is a. This is normal attack.
How much to hit?
The damage is 12.
That's
Okay, so are there any other knolls of evidence?
there are no other gnolls within sight.
Okay. All right, so second attack is a 20. 28. Not within critical range though. And that also does 12 points of damage.
He is not dead. He is
Dead?
He is not dead.
Okay.
He will.
So, my normal, my disadvantaged attack in terms of the. And I miss with the third attack, and then with Spell Strike, I'm doing a brand.
I hate to hold you. Oh. So you only get your attack and your spell combat attack at the end of a charge.
Oh yeah, sorry, no
Yeah.
spell combat. That's right. Until I was flying.
It's all good. It's all
Sorry,
good.
forgot about that.
You definitely give him the chop chop, but he's definitely gonna turn around and try to give you the chop chop. What is your armor class?
Right now, my armor class is 23.
Sounds good. He turns on his heels, starts frothing at the mouth, and hits you as hard as he can for 10 points of damage. An impotent
Okay.
attack. One last cry of resistance. At which
What was
point,
that?
one last cry of resistance as you will hit him with an attack next round, and it will kill him. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
I don't know what attack you would like to execute this creature with. It's on its last legs. You can choose whatever you wish.
Well, I mean, Salandra is a dervish dancer, so probably she gets a little annoyed by that hit, and she does a spitting strike. He doesn't know if it hit or not, but he notices his perspective changes as his head slides to the ground. It's like, what happened?
Beautiful.
I'll turn to the others. I will use the last remnant of this minute of flight. There are 5 others out there.
This is the one that I care about.
Well,
Clementine scrambles down from her tree.
do you want to try to wake him?
He's awake.
No. Before you even get down, I've been typing.
Oh, you have, right, you're right.
Oh, crap.
Thanks, but no
I
thanks.
can't. Yeah, it's going to be too distracting for me to yell stuff out in combat. So I've been kind of typing stuff back and forth when I.
I saw a couple things. I
Oh,
tried.
wow. Human, the liver will make you...
Yep.
Mm.
In any event,
I can't signal.
In any event, Rivo has placed his foot firmly on
Okay.
the crawling gnoll's chest cavity after Holt kicked it over. And he's just sort of lying there in an absolute daze, at which point he loses consciousness. Like, there are a few fleeting moments of sight as he just realizes the fucked up world of absolute pain he has landed himself in, and then he's out. He could easily be roused with a healing spell or something. He seems to be stable, but he's very hurt.
I'm gonna run a heal check on him.
Roll that
Are you
beautiful
talking about the
footage.
knoll?
Yes.
I have a feeling Rivo's going to make...
Oh yeah, nobody gets to him because Rivo basically just bursts in.
Trevor's beating him up.
He stomps on the knoll's neck and screams at the top
Shit.
of his lungs, trying to attract
This is-
any other knolls to him.
All right, so that happens. Holt, I've got bad news. Your hostage has been totally killed.
What the fuck, Rivo? I said I needed him alive.
You killed one. That was good. He drops down, and you see him start to savage the knoll with his teeth.
Clementine winds up and smacks Rivo across the nose with her staff.
Oh, boy.
I assume he
Have I
doesn't
come back
notice.
yet?
Yeah, you come back and like
You come back to
Rivo,
Clementine dead.
Rivo is having the lion's share. Munch, 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 munching on some knoll. These knolls are lean as fuck. Very tasty. You know, actually, a little fat on the bone would actually be a little bit better, but they're all right. Perfectly edible. In any event, Holt seems displeased about something.
Maybe I should have killed. Maybe I should have taken that one alive. Oh well.
Sorry, did when Rivo started to eat the corpse, Clementine smacked him across the nose with her staff.
But
No, that's fine. Roll damage.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was about to say, if you want to roll damage, you can roll damage. If it's just a theatrical attack, like it's not even it doesn't kill.
Like, stop it! What the fuck is wrong with you?
It's good eating. You gonna let that go by?
Yes!
It's perfectly natural.
Hey.
So this is Clementine, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he likes you. Why don't you have a bite?
No! Get the fuck away from it!
What's wrong? And as he's talking, blood's flying off of right on his face. He's trying to get
Did
as
anyone
close
hear
as he
anything?
can to you, backing you away,
Well,
unless you try to stop him.
Fuck Clementine trying to stop him. Hulk gets in between.
He doesn't look angry. He looks amused.
I'm gonna fuck. I shouldn't waste it, but I'm gonna for the flavor.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Animal aspect. To give myself bear jaws. And just roar.
I thought you were going to eat the knoll.
No.
Animal aspect doesn't have a bear.
Really?
No. It has frog,
Oh.
gorilla, monkey, otter, raccoon, raptor, and tree lizard.
I just want scary teeth.
Oh, gorilla is great.
Well, that's fine. You can definitely. You can turn into a bear. It gives you a bite attack. Whatever. Fuck it.
Cool.
Who gives a shit?
Wait.
It's not as cool as turning into a tree lizard and having a climb speed, but it's useful. So Clementine
useful.
takes on the head of a bear and roars. It's pretty badass, Rivo.
Oh, he likes you, but I love you, little animal.
Roll a sense motive.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let me just sense that motive.
Holt is still a little shy of me.
Yep, 15?
I just spat on my keyboard.
What do I sense with a 15?
Rival gets up. Ah, this is good. You look soft. You look weak. You were lazy. But when the blood flows, you rose to the occasion. I'll be back. And then you see Rival's entire mane just drop. He shakes his head. Looks around. I see we made it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take 5 rounds that I raged Reynold. I had a little little talking time at the end.
Sounds good. That being said, Rivo, you're pretty tired, and anyone that looks at him sees that like the monstrously powerful creature that he had once been is actually quite exhausted.
Does anyone get any water? He spits out.
I'm gonna switch back to human or halfling form.
A scrap of knoll gristle.
Fuck. What the fuck was that?
He's a berserker.
Ding, 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 ding. Now, will someone get the poor orc some water? Jesus.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends, so
I've got a water skin.
Yeah, Salandra,
I'll
you've
shove my
definitely like Holt and
Is that you?
Salandra.
Is that you, Holt?
Yes.
With the water?
Yep.
He reaches up. He's tired. He kind of takes his right arm, puts it on your shoulder.
It's fine.
You didn't run.
You told me not to.
Good job. Thank you.
No.
He just seems, he's very earnest. He's very easy to read, and he seems very pleased with you.
But yeah, Holt, Salandra, you've definitely seen this sort of thing happen before. Salandra, you knew one guy.
Oh, sorry, you cut out for a bit, or maybe I cut out for. Yeah, I heard one and then nothing.
Oh, so I was just saying, Holt, you've met a couple of people in your mercenary life who act like this. Like Rivo is clearly the one who is most afflicted. You've never seen someone like snap so far back and forth. But Salandra, you met one. There was one orc back in District 2. His name was simply Yar, and he made it his personal mission to kill trash crabs. That was his whole thing. He would hunt them down with his big old hammer and fucking pummel them to death. That was all he did, and he loved doing it. And he would drag.
And he was very popular.
Very popular. He would drag the carapaces back, and he would get a small bounty and a room to sleep in. And he's well known in the district. He's getting a little long in the tooth now. Like he's like 25 years old or some shit. By his reckoning, at least, he might be older or younger. Probably older, considering he's slowing down a little bit. But yeah, you're familiar with the phenomena. In any event,
Rival rinses his mouth off, washes his face. No. Here, Clementine, I'm sorry. He tosses you the water.
Clementine kind of looks him up and down, very hesitantly.
He's messy.
All right.
He's attributing an alternate personality to berserk state. Interesting.
that's the thing. Like you've never seen
I
it
guess
get that bad.
It's me, Elijah.
It's been a long day.
What? You're fierce. Never expected that.
Well, with the fireball, the noise of the battle, and the smoke, those other 5 are going to either head here or go back to the main body. Either way, we need to get the hell out of here. Clem, can you send your bird? We don't want to meet. We don't want to meet him back at the village.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So how much tougher than normal gnolls did those seem?
If you actually, Rivo, make a sense motive roll.
Oh. Roll. 24.
24. If you had to hazard a guess, you'd say that those gnolls were precisely 3 times tougher than regular gnolls.
These ones were frenzied, trained, mad. I'd say from the ones I fought, it would take 3 of the other ones to take one of these. But, well,
And they fight well together.
They're definitely organized.
Fuck. What sort of... How many is the main body? In order for Grub to have sensed them coming, nothing. 15 of them? Joke. Must be a fucking shitload of these bastards.
Well, it was impressive.
Well,
We're standing. You should be proud.
I would, to that effect, I would like to. Holt is barely standing. He is not looking so hot.
I'm gonna run a heal check on Holt. When you have 14 pages of spells, so it takes you forever to sheet.
Hey, if you want it, I do have Hero Lab, and they have some stuff for consolidating your spells into a big sheet. I sent all of mine to Ronald the other day, but if you want me to put stuff in Hero Lab for you,
I think I'll get used to it. This is just a new sheet that I'm using that I'm still
Okay.
trying to get the hang of. But thank you. I will let you know if I end up needing it. So I got a 23 on my heal check for Holt.
For the heal check, Mr. DM.
Holt is super fucked up. If he took one more bad blow from one of those axes, he would fall unconscious. If he took an incredibly bad blow from one of those axes, he would die. That being said,
Holt,
you can
sit
patch him
down
up.
before you fall down.
You can patch him up for 1d4 plus your wisdom modifier with that roll.
Sweet.
You've been in a good fight.
Not my first. Ow, Clem. God.
Hold still. Baby.
That one's gonna leave a scar.
you might want to use that salve you got.
Oh no, there's an idea.
So
I'll
you
get
got
out
the...
salve. Continue.
I thought I saw one run. Did he?
Got him.
Why are they annoyed?
Do we hear? I'm just listening for signs of the other 5.
None of them seem to be coming.
All right, 5 more out there.
That was addressed to Salandra.
Hmm?
Why are they annoyed?
I have no idea what's pushing them. I mean, I'm assuming that these just sensed Clementine, and
No, not the dogs. Them. What did he do?
I missed most. Judging from the state of that knoll over there, he did some, well, some savaging, some eating, and I think he might have offered a bite too.
Oh, well.
Now, just out of curiosity, who the fuck is he?
That's a very good idea, Ronald.
I don't like to talk. It's a long story.
Well, we're gonna have some time to get.
Nope, it's just +1.
Okay.
But you're going to use this too.
So the haste is not gonna last much longer. Just so.
2d4. Got it.
I don't know when, but I hit the minus symbol again.
What was that?
I stopped the recording accidentally. Don't worry, you didn't miss anything. They were talking about shit. And all of this happened, which you can see with your eyes. So, right, they're all equipped with a hide shirt, a battle axe, a javelin, and 2 of them are missing their heavy wooden shields, as one of them was destroyed by a fireball, and the other one was absolutely incredibly wrecked by a by deflecting the thunderstorm.
Which is still probably hovering around.
I think it's dissipated, but no,
I think it dissipated.
No, it will not. It would not have dissipated. It's not doing anything though. It's just gently floating about.
It's just chilling.
But nothing, no symbols, nothing that would be useful for like figuring out what these guys are doing, who they are.
Any like insignias on the shield or anything like that?
Nope. As a matter of fact, like these shields are just like a gigantic hodgepodge. Shields here, shields there, shield everywhere.
Oh no. Give me like 2 seconds.
Totes.
Thank you, Cap.
Give me like 15 seconds.
Right.
20 seconds.
They can like
No, I don't need them.
probably start counting even.
What are you ciphering, Hope?
He's not ciphering. He is writing with the utmost care, and it's even prettier than that I threw together. Literally a minute.
I am making unreasonable demands of Hulk. Do not worry about this. They will come to your attention in just a moment. Talk amongst yourselves until then. Consider, perhaps, for instance, the inevitability of death.
I'm gonna use this time to actually send my goddamn bird.
Who are you sending the bird to?
I'm gonna send the bird to
Oh, that's
Grub.
beautiful. So you send Grub a bird that's like, we are here, follow the bird back to us. At which point, Nikolai holds that.
What's this?
He doesn't answer.
It's a sword and a mountain and the sun and the...
He wordlessly hands it to Salandra.
Salandra,
Holt, are you alright?
Does it mean anything to me?
roll knowledge arcane.
That's a 27.
This is a summoning circle of some variety. You're not sure what it summons. Only that if you perform the proper ritual, you will be able to summon something and communicate with it. And if you perform your ritual very well...
Where the fuck did you get this?
If you perform your ritual very well, it won't be able to attack you.
Came to me. I don't think that that Grub is going to get here in time. And if we let the rest of those gnolls go, then we won't be able to follow their trail through the jungle. So we need help, and this is the help.
This isn't really my area of specialization, but I could probably figure it out. How would this work? Would this be a spellcraft roll?
This would be a spellcraft roll. And if you roll well, you will be able to accomplish it. And if you roll extremely well, you'll be able to accomplish it without risk.
Oh, good.
I trust you.
I hope you know what the fuck we're getting into here, because this is summoning magic. This is fucking hardcore. All
And
right.
I'm guessing we're not summoning Wolverines.
No, summoning a Wolverine is easy. The fact that you have to use a symbol like this means that it is difficult.
So does this thing incorporate a protection?
No, you will have to try to. You will have to try to You will have to roll well enough to figure out how to protect yourself from what the symbol portends.
Okay, so how many spellcraft rolls am I making here?
Just the one.
All right.
You could also take 20 on it. There doesn't seem to be a time limit.
Oh, I can take 20? All right.
Yeah.
In that case, I rolled a 15 before you said that.
Okay.
So with my spellcraft, that brings me to 29. So if that's good enough, otherwise I don't mind taking 20.
You might want to take 20 on this one.
Okay. In that case, I'm at a plus 14 on spellcraft.
So that's a total of a 34?
Patty,
Yep.
how was your day? Good.
Sweet. So you start drawing the symbol in...
Oh, sorry, plus 15. I missed a level.
Yeah. So you start drawing the symbol in the dirt, and that's the simple part. You draw it right, and you splash a little bit of your sort of magical inks on it, and like you trace it in the dirt first, and then you put the inks on it. Then you start drawing a circle around the symbol, and
What do we want?
you feel pretty confident in the protective nature of this circle as you start as you finish it, and then you inscribe it with the inks.
Fuck. All right. Do I have to do anything to activate it?
You will have to speak the name of the rune, but Holt has an interjection.
Wait
Now
to
hold.
do it. Don't do it while those clouds are glowing. Wait until midnight. Just a feeling.
I'm
Very
gonna use the
strong
bathroom
feeling.
real quick. You guys talk this out.
Well, this is, from what I can tell, this is a real rune. You shouldn't have any fucking way of knowing.
No,
So-
no, but I have no way of knowing things.
You haven't shown any signs of elder magic before this whole time. There's been plenty of opportunities where that would have been fucking useful, so...
Are you sure that... I'm not doubting that
It's
this
real.
has been suggested to you, but I'm just concerned about who might have sent it.
The one that sent it wishes for us to succeed.
Fuck. You're in with one of them, aren't you? Oh, fuck.
Salandra, you knew this! I told you before that I had to make a choice.
I don't
And
like this whole...
To not die. This is the price. It aligns with our goals. So I don't see what the problem is.
I highly doubt that whoever sent you this, and she kind of glares at him, lined up exactly what it was going to do, other than, it'll be good, we promise.
There's more to it than that.
You know that I'm a trusting person, but this does not feel right.
You're a trusting person, and I've never asked you to trust before, and now I am asking. And if something goes wrong, I'll take the fall. It's no problem.
Well, we need whatever fucking tools and weapons come to hand. So... I just don't know how dark this is. I can't tell. And I'm hoping this is not as deep dark as it could be. There's a lot of things I'm going to put on. I'll put on the line. My soul is not fucking one of them.
I don't think it'll come to that.
Well, this is your play. I'll back you, but I had to just voice my concern.
That's fine. I'm not angry with you, Clementine. Troll styptic fucking hurts.
Holt,
Yes?
I understand fully. More than you know.
So, do you all wait
Yeah.
for midnight?
Yes.
Nikolai, did you tell Solandra the name of the rune?
Yeah. It's Vetus.
Has Salandra been able to ascertain what type of thing I'm summoning?
Roll knowledge planes?
Sorry, I'm bouncing back and forth on my iPad. I have no fucking clue.
Okay.
I have knowledge planes, but I rolled, so I don't recognize this at all.
Did you get greater than a 10?
I don't think so because I have knowledge planes is not one of my. Well, hold on a sec. Let me double check. Actually, I got a 10 exactly. My knowledge planes +8.
Awesome. You are aware that what you are summoning is powerful, but that's all you know.
Great. All right. Thetis.
So night falls. You guys set your fire. Things are good. There comes
Fire
a,
might not be the best idea.
there comes a point. Wait, I'm about to say, if you guys don't want to spare a fire, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm thinking no on the fire.
Sounds good. So you're like, okay, no fire, nix that. But like by midnight, the clouds disperse. It's weird. Like Clementine, roll knowledge nature.
13.
If you had been a betting halfling, and I don't know whether you are or not, you would have swore those clouds would have remained for another couple of hours before they headed out. As a matter of fact, you think back to what Badu said, and he said, "I hope you don't mind sleeping when the sun is out." He suggested that they were going to last longer than the night, insofar as that they would be annoying, and they suddenly disperse. Not suddenly, like magically, they're there and then they're not, but like they just start blowing away around 11, and then they're gone by midnight.
Well, if we're gonna fucking do this, we're gonna fucking do this. Everyone in agreement?
Yes.
Yep.
Then Thetis.
So the rune alights, and the
Don't cross the circle, whatever you do.
don't cross the circle. The circle glows white. The rune begins to burn with a fire that's too hot. Even though the light has gone and the sun has set, it becomes astoundingly hot around this circle. Like the gates themselves have opened before you. And a deep voice intones, "Finally." In one hand, I hold certainty, and in the other hand, I hold possibility. The cost for both is high. A possibility costs 200 gold pieces. A certainty costs 2,000. Name your price. Make your choice.
All right. Now that I see it, do I have an understanding of what this is?
There's nothing there.
It's just a voice and flaming rune.
Right. That's what I meant.
It sounds like some sort of lord. You can tell by its haughty demeanor that it has a sort of unquestioned authority.
Well, if we're gonna fucking do this, how much cash do you have left?
500 gold.
Wow, I used a lot. I left most of mine back with. What I still have are the astral diamonds.
You do still have any astral diamonds that you have not spent.
Well, I've been holding on to them because they're easily changed. What the fuck? Rival, I don't suppose you're putting anything up here?
He's not even paying attention to you, actually. He is bent over in front of Holt, and you just see him, you hear the snick of a whetstone being drawn across steel. What?
So he's not looking at this at all, huh?
Nope. It's either over or under his radar.
What do you need?
Have any gold?
I'm going to indent your...
Didn't think so.
I'll put forth all of my gold pieces, which totals to 570, and the ruby gem that I received as payment from the Gorgon.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. I forgot how much that ruby was worth.
I'm gonna put up my 100 plat.
Yeah, I've got 10 weird-looking pieces of salt.
You put the ruby in there, the gold, and then 30 platinum coins, like, slide their way across the circle. The debt has been paid. A pleasure doing business with you. I offer you my most adept agent in this circumstance. Have no fear, he will not harm you. And he knows what he's looking for. Good night, ladies. Good night, gentlemen.
Thank you.
And then the rune sputters and dies as smoke begins to come out of it. And there's nothing there. And then you realize, oh, it is the smoke.
Oh.
You can't... The smoke doesn't seem to have any eyes, but it has teeth.
Oh.
And it seems to look at all of you, and then it floats off.
I follow it.
We follow the smoke.
Oh, you can't follow this. It's far too fast. This thing moves so fucking
fuck?
fast. Roll knowledge planes.
Okay.
Like in its first round, it covers 240 feet.
Holy fuck.
Jesus, it's out of here.
23.
23. You recognize that as a shadow demon.
Fuck. Holy fuck.
You also recognize that it is completely powerless within sunlight. Had those clouds been present, it would not be able to act.
Now, shadow demons possess things, right? They don't really have their own power, but they can possess things and take
Oh
them
no,
over.
they can just attack things. They can possess things if they would prefer, but if it is more efficient, their claws and bite do physical damage and like are preternaturally cold.
So that's a fucking shadow demon.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Holt, that was a fucking shadow demon.
Yes, yep, Solandra, that's definitely a thing that I'm sure exists.
How deep in this are we?
How deep in this am I? You don't have to be that involved. Your accessories. I'll pay you back.
I used detect magic to see if my aura has been.
Everyone's aura is fine.
Okay.
Well, except for the aura on Rain. That damn sword.
Ugh, damn thing.
Does anybody try to go to sleep?
I think I have to.
I'm about to say it's a little late,
Yeah,
but I
like-
understand that if you're all on edge.
Like, I'm very on edge, but I'm also fucking exhausted.
Oh, you mean like, oh, that kind of sleep. Oh, yeah, I forgot you guys are old and have day jobs and responsibilities.
Fuck off, Cap.
Shut up. You don't want this, actually. It's very...
It comes
What?
with a whole different level, a whole different variety of stresses and issues.
Yeah. I think that this would be as good a place as any to cease.
Oh no. The
No?
Shadow Demon's gonna come back. I just want to know
goody.
who is asleep and who gets waked up by it.
Well,
Depends on how long it takes to come back.
Here's the thing about it.
Solandra, of course, only needs 4 hours of meditation, so she's not really sleeping per se. And Brother's always is going to be awake.
This is true.
Clementine is very tired.
It should
Solandra,
be-
you are aware that Shadow Demons can teleport. Once it finds what it's looking for, it will just be back.
Out.
All right, sleep.
I'll wait for it. It should be Holt or I.
Just wake me when it comes back.
All right.
Fuck.
So people meditate, people sleep. And in the middle of the night, around like 3
Yeah,
in the morning,
I do swap around my cantrip. How much do we heal overnight?
you recover your level plus your constitution modifier and hit points.
Okay.
And then 1 attribute from every attribute that's taken damage, and no attribute and no points from any attributes that have been drained. That being said, around 4 in the morning, you all hear voices in your head. Like, Fivo, you can see that it's returned, and you all hear voices in your head that just says, "Wake up." It's like a very,
Up.
it's like a very dry voice. Good.
Speak.
I'd rather show you. It's easier that way. And then you are all translated sort of like in a dreamy haze superimposed over what you're all able to see. You can see what this thing has seen as it slithers and, hides from torchlights. There is a very large camp. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the full sight of it, but it's very large. And as it flitters and darts around, it
All right, we lost some of that.
Oh
I
no.
think.
It flitters and darts around this incredibly large camp. You don't exactly understand the full size of it, but you do understand that it is large. It sneaks under one tent. It starts following one of the gnolls that attacked you. And it just keeps following that thing. And like the poor gnoll, like it recognizes somewhere deep within its lizard brain or hyena brain or whatever that something is following it, but it's utterly unable to see the creature, just because of it's a fucking living shadow. If you don't know what you're looking for, you can't notice it. And he like walks into a tent, and the shadow sort of like sneaks underneath its folds. And not even it comes to a great bonfire, and there are probably hundreds, perhaps thousands resting around it, but there's one who's not asleep. He's just sort of staring, gazing at the fire. Like the entire area around this place has been clear cut, and the stumps have been ripped up. Like Clementine, it pains you to witness the sort of damage that has
Wanton
been
destruction.
absolutely, and like all of the tinder and kindling was turned into a great pyre, so that many of them could sleep comfortably nearby. And the being who the gnoll reports to, who the shadow demon spies on, is actually an elf. He's immediately recognizable as an elf. Same lithe figure, pointy ears, no hair, but he's filthy, like wretchedly filthy. Like, if it were a human, you would have guessed that he had not bathed for his entire life, but he's an elf, which means he must have gone even longer without bathing. That being said, he is incredibly physically fit. And the gnoll like speaks to him. He's like, Erlon, I don't know how to put this, but we found someone. Like Erlon looks over with lazy eyes and says, "You found someone?" Like he speaks gutter speak, but like with utter disdain for having such disgusting words have to escape his lips. What do you mean? And the gnoll explains his encounter with the two of you, and that 10 of his party went off to find them, but none of them came back. So he doesn't even know how many there are. And you can see the elf is very upset. And he just says, the Emperor would not be pleased. And the gnoll apologizes fervently, just like, I'm sorry. The Emperor is not here. And like Erlon looks at him with a look of absolute fury and simply and sends out his hand very quickly and pokes the gnoll in the throat, at which point the gnoll like starts coughing and sputtering, and then like Erlon grabs a hold of his head and breaks his neck and tosses his body on the fire and says, "So long as I am present, the Emperor is among us."
Oh, sweet Elijah.
And then the like shadow demon keeps watching for a little bit until Erlon's eyes are upon it. And like you get some little feedback from the demon's emotional capacity, and the demon is like, "Oh shit." And then you're all immediately like, "Wait, the demon is afraid of this thing?" And then the demon flees. And it moves so fast. It does that really fast moving thing it did when you guys summoned it, and it's nauseating as it just moves so quickly.
I've heard it said that their dread god wants to eat the world, get it back out to its own liking. That horde means no good for the world.
Anyone get a sense of how large a horde that is? I couldn't tell. It could have been 1,000. It could have been 10,000. It could have been 100,000.
It was more than
What matters
10,000.
is huge.
What was that?
It was more than 10,000. You saw perhaps you saw several thousands around the pyre, and there were more in the tents.
Christ.
It's not big enough to challenge your Ward 6 by itself. Can clean out this whole area, but fuck. If they're trying to break into the city, they're going to need more than that.
Oh, this is like an army for men. They have their agendas. This just wants to consume something.
We have to warn the villagers.
Definitely.
With
Where
something
can they
this big
go?
coming. They might know of places.
There's only 4 of us. I don't. What can we? Clementine is very upset.
Well,
Send
We
out
need to-
messengers, Clementine.
we need
How
to
far
tell.
can they go?
We need to tell Grub. Grub knows fucking a lot more than he's been telling us, and he's connected to a lot more than he's telling us. So, and also give the word to Onyx.
Mhm.
Maybe her people can do something too. The Emperor.
Drop that elf guy's name. Was it Irlon? Irlon?
Erlon?
That's how you spell it. Cool.
Could I tell? Was what was he doing? Was it magic, or is it he physically doing something with his bare hands?
He was physically doing something with his bare hands.
Have I run into any monks in District 2, or is that
You have.
just not a common thing?
There are every once in a while. So for the most part, the people that you find in District 2 are martial artists. They're not monks. They're not ascetics. They don't have any of the spiritual power, but they have more physical power. You have
Right.
seen Aziz train some of the more sort of spiritualists among his students how to actually do monk things, but you've never seen anything so advanced. Like, you've seen in your time a stunning fist get thrown, but that was more than a stunning fist. It had a little extra.
There are some
edge.
people who can do what that guy did. It wasn't magic. It was he has fucking mastery over himself, and on a level that most people don't.
You don't get control over a group like that without it.
Well, there are other ways of getting control over it, but he's mastered his body to a level that most people can't even conceive.
Oh. Lose no sleep. I've done shit like that. We made it through the day. Mark your blessings. And whoever we tell, they need to take everything of any value. Because they're going to need to buy their way into the walls. Connor's not going to let anybody empty-handed in.
I'm not sure if he's going to let mutants in anyway. Fuck.
He'll let anybody in if they've got the cone. Have you looked around? There are plenty of mutants within the walls.
Well,
They
The
weren't going
lepers
to
and the
feed them.
machines have eaten, spit people out for decades.
So we're just going to damn them to life under Connor.
No, it's not you're not damning somebody with life. It's a life. It beats the alternative.
the army is going to. If the army is heading to, be heading to the gates. What if they went parallel to the walls? got away from the gates. We weren't on the path of this march. They can't possibly have enough people to besiege, right?
Yeah, it's like I said, they're here to consume as much as they can. I've heard it in stories. I don't pay heed that they can defile and convert others to become what they are, but I don't know whether that's true.
So what the fuck are you talking about? Who or what is this god you're talking about?
Dear God, it's the only thing that can draw that many together. But what do I know?
You're talking about Gemma?
I don't know what god the dogmen pray to. I just know stuff I've heard.
I
So
don't think it's Gemma.
But you've seen that. Something to keep any more than 5 of these things together for thousands, tens of thousands. It's a god's hand.
There's more than one dark god.
So
He looks at Holt and laughs. You're telling me.
Salandra, you say, do you think that it's Gemma? And a voice comes out of Holt's mouth that is not his voice that bellows, I will not have my name sullied in this assembly!
What the fuck?
Holt, your throat feels hot.
Fuck.
Take a swig from the water skin.
Oh, it feels so much better.
Clementine touches Holt's arm.
I guess that answers that question.
Also, a sun-sinking suspicion rises in your mind. The army could never get through Connor's lands if he fought them. He could be very easily bribed.
Oh.
Unless
someone
we
bribes
bribed
him
him
better.
better. Yep. We need that mirror.
Well, I don't know where the fuck to start looking for. I mean, I have the best idea probably out of any of us about the mirror, and there's nothing. I mean, the only place where it could be is in Gemma's former stronghold. And that was the place it was last heard of. But wasn't that? Is my recollection that stronghold was completely destroyed?
It's not.
Sorry, you got very garbled there. Could you repeat that last bit?
The only fucking place I can think that it could be is in Gemma's former stronghold, if it actually exists. I think it was destroyed in the last battle with Marduk. If that, again, assuming this isn't just complete fucking mythology. No offense to whatever is in there, pointing towards Holt.
Can I roll a knowledge history? To think about the possible locations of the fortress?
Go for it.
Okay.
Roll that beautiful knowledge history footage.
By the way, Renald, was what I was saying correct in terms of what all that Salandra would know? Is that the last place it was seen was in Gemma's stronghold in the Hell Jungle?
Holt can back you up on that.
What was that?
Holt can back you
Yes.
up on that.
Ah.
You're correct.
So the dry scholarly voice like begins to intonate in your head. The Gemma's ancient hidden fortress was somewhere within the Hell Jungle. Its location secretly guarded and incredibly hidden.
Thanks for the help.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Dragon Ball Z. All right, I wish that this character was back to life and on our planet. Where is he? He's on the planet. Where? On the planet. So anywhere? You must be specific.
Good one.
I'm sorry, I have no idea. Somewhere in the Hell Jungle.
Well, you all slept, and I'm hungry.
We need to get back to Grub. He may know, and he can get us there faster than I think any other option. Clementine, you're just going to have to send your animals to the village, I think. We don't want to bring a trail straight to them.
You're right.
And hopefully they can get the word out to the other villages. We don't have any way of getting to them.
So one messenger to Onyx, one messenger to village. Excuse me.
And you already called Grub, right?
Yes.
The fates are funny bitches.
You're telling me.
Well, that's the last sleep I'm getting. Too much to think about.
No, you stand it, you eat, you train, you live. You wake up, you do it again. It can make you stronger or break you. You don't look broken to me.
Not for lack of the world trying. Gets out his whetstone and starts sharpening his dagger. So what, we wait here for word to return from Grub for your little bird friend to come back?
Yep. What the heck was the guy's name in the village with his
Badu?
head? Badu. I'm gonna shoot a message to. I'm thinking.
Marduk's prick, Clementine. I'm having a bad impact on your language.
What?
She said, Marduk's prick, Clementine. I'm having a bad impact on your language.
It's entirely your fault. You very bad at it, you fucking bitch.
You know, I think that she's entitled after a day like today.
That's
Clementine pats you on your back.
that's David convulsing. Sorry.
Oh, poor lamb.
Need to have some more licorice root tea.
And Rivo finally
fell
goes
asleep
to
already?
sleep.
Hope that's some fucking dark shit. That's all I'm gonna say. And you need to
Sorry, Solandra.
get the fuck out of that deal if you can. At some point.
He shakes his
Yes, I'm
head.
sure he's just going to say, "Oh, sorry, Gemma. I'm just going to."
I love sending cryptic messages. Cryptic metaphor.
Wow, does that thing have enough range to get all the way to District 2? Jeez.
I'm pretty sure Animal Messenger lasts a day per level.
Oh, these two.
And, okay, so here's the thing that Clementine doesn't know. The creature... Like, if you send the creature really far away, it will do its best to send the message. Which means that if it has to, like, if you put it to a bird and the bird has to fly constantly to get the message there, it will do so, deliver the message, and then promptly die.
Let's hope that Clementine continues to not know that.
I'm about to say, like, there's no reason that you would know. Like, anyone who would get that message, you will meet so far later on that, like, they will probably forget that happened. But yeah,
Auntie might tell her.
I don't know. She might not. Even
That's something
notice.
Auntie would probably remember.
Like, there was once a character who would always, like, find birds of paradise and the prettiest birds to Animal Messenger us, and, like, he was like a 17th level caster, so the thing would just fly for 17 days to try and find us, at which point it would die of a fatal heart attack for having flown for 17 days straight. And then it would deliver its message and just die. And, like, we had another one that would just constantly send us fat pigeons from mere hours away. He would just prepare, like,
Hummingbirds would be the saddest.
Yeah.
he would just send us, like, 18 animal... He had 18 animal messengers prepared because he just kept sending incredibly fat pigeons all over the place. Just, like, we would all get messages, like, every other day or so from a fat pigeon that'd be like, here, I wanted to tell you this. And just, like, it's like, you're right over there, man. Like, he once sent us a message when he was within eyesight. And just this fat pigeon shows up and it's like, yo, what up? Anyway. So y'all get 5,000 experience points, 2,000 for killing a bunch of gnolls, and 3,000 experience points for the session. You now have seen the face of your enemy. And
I don't like it.
And you have a rough size of the army that is following you. It's more than 10,000, probably less than 100,000. Anything
I don't
more
like
than
that
100,
either.
anything more than 100,000, and it would probably starve itself out.
You can stop adding zeros anytime.
Anytime you want.
I can't.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think this is level up.
Ding.
For level 9?
Level 8.
Level 8.
No, we're already level 8. We tipped level 8 last session.
I was
Yeah.
like,
I thought we were right on the cusp.
yeah, I thought we were right on the cusp too. My count must be off. How